What is going on, everybody? I go by RB, host of Philly Take with RB, and you guys already know what it is, man. Back again with another collab stream. Today, we got, you already know who.
4 for 4 Philly Fan back at it again with another collab with my guy, Philly Take with RB. Excited to be back on the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I said, guys, we talked Sixers a couple days ago, Eagles today. Maybe some Phillies coming up in the future, a whole bunch to talk about. But overall, I want to say I hope everybody is safe and happy, healthy, all the rest of it. Today, we're going to talk some Eagles. Not too much going on, too much crazy stuff going on. But obviously, things are progressing, couple things here and there over the week that we're going to talk about. But overall, we need you guys to bring all the energy as you always seem to do. But I'm glad that everyone is up in here. And like we always start off to do, we're going to see who's up in here. Bro Key, what is going on, my guy? Rick Bennett, good evening. What's going on, Rick? Appreciate you being in here, my guy. Bird Gang 114, what's going on, bro? What's going on? How you guys doing? Phillies Rumors, what's up? What's up? SJ94, good evening from Liverpool. Appreciate you tuning into the stream, man. I know you were asking for this. Appreciate you, my guy. Superhero 18 says, what's up, bros? What's going on, my guy? What's going on? How is everybody doing? To kind of start this off, we're seeing the offseason progress. We're seeing, different clips of different things. I kind of want to start this off with something I saw. I think it was yesterday that everyone was talking about. It was the Pro Football Focus list that listed the top 5 most valuable NFC East players in the NFL. And I couldn't believe what I saw. Did you see the list? I
didn't see the list, but I did see that Dak Prescott made the list, and somebody from our team didn't that really should have.
Yeah, so I have the list right here. So PFF put out most valuable NFC East players over the last 5 years per the PFF wins above replacement. Dak Prescott's at the top of the list, number 1. Carson Wentz is number 2. And hold on, what? Yeah, Dak, Carson Wentz. I don't know why that name's on there. And then it says Kirk Cousins, Eli Manning, OBJ. I don't know if that's the right list, but I know they had Dak Prescott at the top. And I just don't understand. We'll just talk about the top 2. How are they going to say that Dak Prescott is more valuable than Carson Wentz in the NFC East? Let me just get your instant reaction on that.
I mean, we all know how I feel about this whole argument, this whole debate with Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz. I made multiple videos on it. Dak is a great quarterback, but Carson is just better. He was working with a lot less weapons that Dak Prescott had. I swear, if you put Amari Cooper on the Eagles might win 12 games a season every year that Carson's the starting quarterback. The fact that Dak Prescott had Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper basically, literally all season, Carson went through guys over and over and over again. I just don't know how people really just think that Carson Wentz isn't better than Dak Prescott. That's just my initial, my thought every time I see this debate is why.
Yeah, I completely agree. And before I give my opinion on it, I want to say what's up to Max the Sixers fan. Says, hi, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Phillies Rumors, are you going to make a video on a draft? Yes, I am. It's going to come out either tomorrow or the next day, so stay tuned on that for MLB. Superhero says, looking forward to talking to some birds. Kara Poole is in the chat. What's going on, Kara? What's going on, Kara? PFF still has a job, and that's a good question because I don't understand this. I'm on your side. Okay, I'm not going to say Dak is a bad quarterback. Dak is not a bad quarterback, but he is certainly not more valuable than Carson Wentz. When you take into account what happened a couple years back, Dak lost Ezekiel Elliott. And what did they do? They struggled. They struggled mightily. But when Carson Wentz lost D. Jackson, Alshon, and the rest of the guys, one by one, and after the Dolphins game, we were all defeated. And what does Carson Wentz do? Puts these guys on his shoulder. We've said it millions of times. He puts them on his shoulder and takes us to the playoffs. And over a team like the Cowboys, who had the number 1 ranked offense in the NFL. I don't understand the disrespect. It's not even just this. It's overall. I feel like Carson Wentz is just being blatantly disrespected this whole offseason with everything going on. It's almost felt like throughout his tenure in Philadelphia, like, why can't we just understand and respect and say Carson Wentz is a good quarterback? Like, he is our quarterback. I just feel like there's a division in the fan base sometimes.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I just don't understand why people love to hate on Carson Wentz. And it's not even from just football. Like, you can look around the sports, you can see from every division that a Philadelphia team is in, it just seems like every player gets disrespected. Claude Giroux gets disrespected a whole bunch. To switch it up to hockey, we all know Joel and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is one of the most slept on all-stars in the league. Like, it blows my mind that people think that Ben Simmons sucks because he just can't shoot a basketball. He's scoring 16 a night without a jump shot. You add a jump shot in a year or give it 2 years, Ben Simmons might be the best player in the league at one point. Like, he has the potential to really just dominate the league. It blows my mind how much people disrespect Philadelphia.
It's crazy. It really is crazy. Max the Sixers fan says statistically he is, but Wentz is better. But in terms of statistics, like, they can only take you so far, in my opinion. Like, at the end of the day, who is more valuable to their team? Who does more with less? It's Carson Wentz, man. Carson Wentz, 32 TDs, 7 interceptions, 4,300 yards, 68 completion percentage. I guess that's a prediction for this year. I like it. I'll even throw in a couple more touchdowns. Prescott has, I think, 1 or 2 winning records? Yeah, I think it's 2, right? Or maybe a couple ties in there. But, I mean, look at what he has. Look at what he has. Like, if we were to I don't think as highly of Amari Cooper as some others do, but if you took him and put him on the Eagles, imagine what Wentz could do with a guy like that if he was healthy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. I mean, we've never had a receiver like that. Like, Amari Cooper to some people is like a top 10 wide receiver. He's arguable that for me, like, maybe he's like 15 to 20-ish range, but he's still better than what we got now. We're riding on Jalen Reagor and Deshaun Jackson. Like, we're riding on an old guy that hasn't really stayed healthy, and a guy that hasn't even played a snap in the NFL yet.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Thoughts on our Eagles signing Devontae Freeman and LaShawn McCoy? We're just going to get to that in 1 second. I see a couple other Wentz comments here. What do you think of Colin Cowherd's assessment of Wentz compared to other quarterbacks? I did see this. I don't know if you saw it. He was talking about Carson Wentz. He compared him, said he was the next Russell Wilson, and he was saying there's not many guys that can roll out like that. I understand it, and I agree with that, with what he's saying. Like, there really is just a small sample size of quarterbacks that can do what Carson Wentz is able to do. But overall, in my opinion, I don't like Colin Cowherd. So, I mean, he goes back and forth. That's just how I feel about him.
Yeah, Colin Cowherd to me he's been a goof. Like, I forget some of the things that he used to say about the Sixers it was one of our teams, and he just would just bash them, and I'd be like, really? Like it just wouldn't make sense.
It's crazy, man. Philly's rumors. Only one is 4 for 4's chat. I don't know what that means, but we can see both chats here combined. Like, we're broadcasting on both channels and we can see everything combined. So Dak is a good quarterback, but not as good as Wentz. And I think that's correctly put. Like, Dak is not a bad quarterback, but to me, he's just a system quarterback. He's not a quarterback where you can give the ball to him with the division on the line and say, go ahead and win that game. That's just not what I see from him, but I do see that in Carson Wentz.
Yeah, like, you'll never hear me say that Dak Prescott is not a good quarterback, because he's a good quarterback, Pro Bowler. He's had a couple winning records. He's just, to me, not as good as Carson Wentz. And then you have the Cowboys fans on the other side saying that, oh, Carson sucks, he can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Well, okay, your guy still can't win.
Did you hear that Derek Barnett is training with ex-Eagles defensive line coach Jim Washburn? I did not hear that, but I am expecting big things from Derek Barnett. I'm expecting big things from the D-line as a whole. I think we're going to be able to rush the quarterback, even if it's only with 4. And given the other components that we have now on this defense, I'm telling you, people are sleeping on his defense. I'm really excited to see what they can do.
Yeah, I love the defensive line. Javon Hargrave, I think, again, like I've said this in a couple streams, I think he's really a underrated signing.
Oh, for sure. Him and Fletcher Cox next to each other is going to create nightmares for opposing offensive coordinators. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, you can plug in anybody. We got Malik Jackson and probably Vinny Curry, I would think, at the start of the season.
Sean Fitzpatrick is in the chat. What's going on, Sean? What's going on? To be fair, he has more playoff wins as well. But, like, I understand that. But did Dak Prescott ever put his team in position to get home field advantage in order to go ahead and win a Super Bowl? He did not. I mean, I'm just speaking the facts. In fact, before last year, there was, I think it was 5 years in a row where each team from each conference was the number 1 seed and that had made the Super Bowl. And there was only one team that was a number 1 seed that did not make the Super Bowl. And it was the Cowboys when they got eliminated Dak's rookie year in their first game against Green Bay. Like, I'm just speaking facts, people. You guys are just now figuring out the media hates Philly sports. Nah, it's a given. It's always a given. And I think we thrive in that role. Like the title of this stream says, hungry dogs run faster. It's just what it comes down to. Keep us as the underdog. Keep us in that role. And overall, you guys know how we do best when we're the underdog.
Yeah, I don't mind the hate. People just love to hate us. It's whatever at this point. I've come to live with it.
Yeah, it's Philly. And I remember peeps were critical of Wentz last year. He's a damn good football player. He's a really good football player. And I'm just tired of people, even within this fan base, just, kind of throwing him to the side as just another quarterback in the bunch. Like, it'll be the same people. I've said this before. Couple years down the road, say he gets injured again or say something happens, right? They're going to be the same people yelling at Howie Roseman saying, why aren't you trading up in the draft to get a quarterback? It's going to be the same people. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah, I mean, Carson is a good football player. If you don't think that, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Darius Slay is going to make Amari Cooper twice a year. Yeah, I mean, I think Slay is going to do big things, whether it's Amari, whether it's any of the other receivers we are playing. We play some big-time receivers, D-Hop, Michael Thomas. As long as Schwartz moves him around the field and plugs and plays him in the right situations, I'm confident. Like, for once, I can say I'm confident in an Eagles cornerback.
Yeah, I love Darius Slay.
How do I get a blue wrench? Let me see whose channel you're on. Oh, you're on my channel. I got you. I'm going to give you the wrench. I got you. That's why we got Slay. Yep. Could Nick Abel evolve into the ace the Phillies need? Yeah, I mean, that would be the hope. We need a couple more starters, in my opinion, to be a formidable team. And 4 for 4 made a video about that. If you guys haven't, go check that out. I'm going to be dropping a vid soon on the Phillies draft.
Yeah, to me, it was a good draft by the Phils.
The name Jim Washburn just gives me bad nightmares of that wide 9. I'd rather forget. Yeah, tell me about it. They did go 13-3. Right, they went 13-3, but I would rather my quarterback take a jump from 1 year throwing the ball to guys like Dorial Green Beckham and going 7-9 to the next year being an MVP candidate and pretty much winning an MVP if he did not get hurt and putting us in position to get home field advantage. I understand what you're saying. I respect it, but just look at who has done more with less, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, 13-3, and they lost in the first round, so they did all that winning in the regular season for nothing.
Yep. Wentz stays healthy this season. Playoffs was a cheap shot that doesn't count. Yeah, and like I said, it just goes way too far under the radar that this man played a full 16 when everyone else was dropping like flies. Who was the man that was consistent, that was in there? It was Carson Wentz. But people just don't want to acknowledge that. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was at that game, and I swear I was the only one in my section that said, "Wow, like they're just not going to call that." And people were looking at me like he didn't even do anything. Like Clowney did nothing. I said he just hit Wentz in the back of the head, and if he goes out of this game, I'm going to be pissed. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, they hit him in the back of the head, and I swear I was the only one that saw it at first glance in my section.
Yeah, it really just took a blow at the momentum of the Eagles. Like I just felt like we had been building something up over weeks, and it just had that exciting feel to it. And when that happened, like the air just kind of got sucked out of the room. Like we knew the outcome really.
Yeah, as if beating the Seahawks is hard enough. Like we've never beaten the Seahawks. We suck against them.
Everyone who gets a wrench, if you abuse it, you lose it. Much love. Hey, she's speaking facts. I'm back. Did I miss much? No, we're just talking about the Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott thing. We're going to transition into a couple other things in just a second. Yeah, we got a lot of different questions on here. I want to go back to what SJ was asking us before about the running back situation. His thoughts on the Eagles signing Devontae Freeman and LaShawn McCoy. We kind of discussed this before. At this point, I really don't feel like the Eagles are going to go out and sign another running back, just given what we have in-house. Guys like Michael Warren, Elijah Holyfield, that could fill that role. I really think it's just going to be, plug these guys in, see what they can do and try it out. But I wouldn't be opposed to LaShawn McCoy, given that he knows the Philly culture, given that he could really mentor a guy like Miles Sanders into pretty much becoming the next Shady maybe, or even better. In terms of Devontae Freeman, I think he'll definitely be overpaid. I don't want a piece of that. But you can let me know your thoughts.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't see it with Devontae Freeman anymore. It was kind of like that one day we offered him like a contract, and then we haven't really heard anything else from it. LaShawn McCoy, I can see making a little bit more sense. He was here with Philadelphia already. He wants to come back. I'm sure you can get him for a lot cheaper, and I think that even if he doesn't play, he's still going to make more of an impact than a guy like Devontae Freeman for this team, because he's going to act more of a player coach that just loves the city of Philadelphia, as we all know. He wants to come back. You give the knowledge that he is put into his already Hall of Fame career, because to me, he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, you put it into Miles Sanders at such a young age, that could be huge for the Eagles in the long run.
Yeah, and he's going to take a big step up this year. We know that. Didn't the Packers trade for quarterbacks? I don't even know who Jordan Love is. Yeah, they traded up for Jordan Love. Kind of disrespectful to Aaron Rodgers. Interested to see what happens in that situation. That was just a weird thing, to be honest. They never have gotten him as enough help as he needs, but like they traded up for a quarterback. They're kind of signaling to him,
Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't think Green Bay is going to be as good as some people think they are this year. I just don't see it.
Think we go get free agents before the season? I do. I don't think Howie's ever complacent with where we're at. I think we're going to fill up some holes, get some veterans, maybe even at positions that you might not expect. That's just my opinion, though. I think we got a couple other holes to fill. Obviously, guys, maybe someone gets cut from another team. However they do this preseason, I heard they're thinking about shortening it. So who knows? But I think we're going to get a couple pieces to shore things up.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do think Vinny Curry and Jason Peters, I think they both actually make a comeback this season.
Yep. Thoughts on Doug hitting about plans for Hurts as a non-traditional quarterback to begin his career, and expects Hurts to be part of the team as short yardage and goal line runner. Yeah, I heard they want to use him in those other type of packages in terms of kind of like Taysom Hill, but I don't see it happening, and I wouldn't like that, because to me, like, okay, you draft Jalen Hurts, you use a second-round pick. At this point, what if you throw him out there on a wildcat from the 2-yard line and he busts his knee up? That's going to make me even feel worse.
Yeah, I mean, me and RB went back and forth on this, agreeing with each other on draft on the day that Jalen Hurts got drafted. People are obviously going to say that, yes, they want to see him in the Taysom Hill type of option with him catching passes down the field or taking the wildcat. Jalen Hurts, from watching him at Alabama, he's not the type of player to go out and catch a pass. He's just not like that. He's not built like that. He can, like, you put him on the goal line for a QB sneak on the 1 or a 4th and inches, and you just make him dive in so you don't put Carson in that situation. Okay, that's understandable, but he's not going to go out and catch passes like Terrell Pryor did with the Raiders or the Jets or whoever he did it on. He's just not that type of quarterback.
Yep, absolutely agree. I see my boy Ricky's in here. What's going on, Ricky? It's been a minute, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's good, man. Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here. Where were we at? Let's see. If it looks familiar, it's because we still go up the middle of the field, but I dread every 3rd and long. Yeah, man, we got to get better in them situations. I'm tired of watching guys play 10 yards off the receiver. I'm hoping to see that finally change now with Big Play slaying some of these other guys.
Yeah, I think Slay's going to be a huge impact, not only for the team, but for other players on the team, like Maddox and Sidney Jones. I think he's going to break Sidney Jones out of this shell that we've been waiting for him to break out of.
Yeah, I agree. I at least hope so. You know, I asked a question on Sixers chemistry, thought of the equation, coach plus culture equals chemistry. Yeah, man. Max, a Sixers fan. Cowboys beat them last year. I understand your point, but what if we get the team and we don't see him getting better? Yeah, well, the Cowboys did stomp us, but in a game that really didn't matter. Like, look at the end result and look what Carson Wentz did in that second matchup. You know, I'm just saying, man, if we get the team, I mean, we're going to see this year and going forward. He still has not had a definitive number 1 receiver. I mean, Alshon was kind of in the middle of a 1 and a 2 back in 2017. I really liked Alshon, but we haven't given him a guy like a D Hop or an OBJ or a Julio, a guy like that to really work with. But we definitely have a lot of weapons this year, and I'm interested to see how he does.
Yeah, I mean, we split and we ended up winning the division. So I'd take that over just a meaningless game, what turned out to be a meaningless game in, November? I'd take that any day.
Yep. If you're advocating youth, why sign Freeman or McCoy? Both damaged goods. I mean, yeah, they're getting up there. Freeman, I think, is 28 or 29. McCoy's above that 30-year-old range. I mean, that's the time, you know, when they start to break down. And I understand. To me, it would be more about the mentorship, leadership type of aspect rather than a guy who's really going to give you 10 solid carries a game. I just don't see it happening at this point. I liked Carlos Hyde, but, you know, he's off the board.
Yeah, that's why I think Shady makes more sense than Freeman. Freeman's probably still going to he can have solid playing time that we're not going to give him because we have Sanders and Scott and, you know, Warren and Holyfield. But you bring McCoy in, he doesn't need more than maybe 1 or 2 snaps a game. He's just a leader at that point.
Yeah. Fun fact, Wentz had the same 40-yard dash as Elijah Holyfield. I did not know that, but that's pretty interesting. What's going on, Trishan? What's going on? Y'all stay talking about Dak and the Cowboys. As of now, Dak has a slight edge. Numbers don't lie, and the best ability is availability. I'll respond to that by saying, 1, the Cowboys fans love to talk about Carson Wentz, so I don't want to hear that. And number 2, in terms of the numbers, okay, he might have a slight edge, but look at who has done more with less. Like, I'm just going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. Dak has not had that MVP type year where you can really say, like, oh, he was a difference maker. He was a game changer. When you took away his weapons, look what happened. He folds under pressure. He can't take the pressure. Carson Wentz can roll out. I can't really see Dak doing it that well. And that's just how I feel about it. Like, to me, Carson can do more. You put him on one of these other teams that, that don't have that much. If you gave Carson the weapons that the Cowboys have, I mean, it's hard to imagine what he couldn't do.
Yeah, I mean, I can just pick out one play in the multiple great plays that Carson Wentz has made that Dak Prescott can't do. And I'll say it right now. Carson Wentz and Patrick Mahomes and maybe Russell Wilson are the only 3 quarterbacks in the league that are getting that ball to Miles Sanders in the back of the end zone against Washington to not only save our season, but basically end up winning the division.
Yep. I mean, yeah, the eye test doesn't lie. That is what doesn't lie.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't need to sign a running back. We got Sanders, Scott, and Clements, Warren, and Killens. The only running back I would sign would be a power back. Yeah, if we do sign a back, it'll be a power guy. But to me, it would more so just be a tryout just to see, if we could somehow find a gem, right? But overall, I just think we're going to go with what we have in-house. I do. I could see a guy like Michael Warren's being that guy, or even Corey Clement. I think people are really sleeping on him too. If he could get his legs back under him, kind of in that 2017 form, I mean, he could be special too.
Yeah, I always forget that we re-signed Corey Clement.
Yep.
But hopefully he can turn into something decent.
Warren is a power back. Yep. I don't trust Warren or Holyfield. I think Warren's going to win that job, bowling ball type running back. Yeah, he has a good shot, man. Thoughts on ex-Stanford boy Casey Toolhill, linebacker starter, second half of the season. I really could see him transitioning to there. I know some people refer to him as a linebacker. Others refer to him as a DN. But, I mean, if he could be a gem, you never know. I feel like guys like Sean Bradley, Davion Taylor are going to get a shot to compete. I do. We got to look up and down the roster.
Yeah, we have a very young, odd group of guys at that linebacker position.
Yes, sir. Hurts is not built for that. Just accept y'all drafted a guy to replace Wentz. I don't really think it was his replacement. I just think it's his insurance policy in case Wentz continues to get hurt. But let's not forget, I'm in a happy state right now. My quarterback 1 is signed. My quarterback 1 is ready to go out and march on the field. Is yours? I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, he might not even play. He might hold out. I mean, Cowboys seem to have something to do with that. I mean, you guys know that for sure with Zeke.
Yep. Yes, sir. Been busy with everything going on. Happy to be back in the fold. Most respect the Eagle channel coming from a Cowboy fan. Hey, I respect you, man. I respect you. Will there be a college football season? I do think there will be, but I think it will be cut in terms of the number of games. Maybe in half. I'm not sure, but I don't even think they're going to allow kids to go back to school on the original time schedule. So I think it'll be delayed a couple months, but just like all these other organizations, they don't want to lose the money. That's what it comes down to, really.
Yeah, I mean, college football, basketball, baseball, like it's all great. They'll bring it back. It might just be delayed, just like all the professional sports are.
Yeah. I meant the Seahawks. They beat them in the playoffs. Are you talking about that when the Cowboys beat the Seahawks? Yeah, but let's not forget, if you really watch that game, Pete Carroll unfolded that game. He did not trust Russell Wilson, which I never understood. I mean, that was the team that pretty much ran the ball more than they threw it, and I never understood why, given that they had Russell Wilson. But they also lost to the Rams the following week, who the Eagles seem to beat with nobody, with Nick Foles. So just being honest here.
Yeah, it's always something. I mean, again, Dak is a good – I'm not knocking Dak, but to me, he's just not better than Carson.
Doing good. Eating a cheesesteak while watching this. Yeah, man. Love our Philly cheesesteaks. Kayvon already hates Dallas Cowboys. What a beast. Absolute steal. Yeah, I think he's really going to crack someone in the first couple of weeks of the season. I'm telling you, I think he's going to start. I do.
Yeah, I'm loving Kavon Wallace.
I don't think Hurts is ready to replace Wentz, given his career competing with another college quarterback. I don't have extensive football knowledge, but you're absolutely right. Hurts is not ready to step in to start in the NFL. It's going to take multiple weeks to understand the playbook. Like, he's not that guy that's ready to come in. So, you have a lot of people in this fan base saying, oh, he's ready to take Wentz's job. And I don't think he's ready to take Wentz's job. But what I'm saying is down, later in the season, once he's had time to grasp different concepts, different looks, if we need a guy to go to, I think I'm going to go with the fresh set of eyes rather than Nate Sudfeld. I already know what Sudfeld is going to bring to the table. So, I mean, mine as well, right? Like, take a gamble.
Here's my thing on the whole Jalen Hurts replacing Carson thing. If Jalen Hurts was ready to replace a franchise quarterback, why wouldn't he be taken in the first round by a team that actually needed a quarterback? He's not ready. We know that. Like, Unfortunately, he had to come out this year because he was a senior. It's not his fault, but he's not ready. He needs practice. He needs time. And I don't think he's replacing Carson regardless.
Yeah. Dak might hold out. Yeah, he might. It's a real possibility. But like I said, they hate me for saying it, but I'm just going to continue to say it. But they don't want to hear that, Waylon. They don't want to hear that. So let me get this straight. Y'all are counting a game where Dak was hurt. See, this is the type of stuff, man. But not the one where y'all got smashed and both of us were healthier. That's crazy. Let me tell you guys something. It's crazy because it's funny. How are you going to argue something that is literally the exact opposite of your argument? All you guys say is Carson Wentz doesn't stay healthy, right? But with the season on the line, with the division on the line, now Dak was hurt like magically. Yeah, we heard about stuff, right? But he suited up. He played that game. He looked fine to me. Man,
Looked like the same old Dak to me, overthrown passes, and sorry that Sidney Jones clamped up Michael Gallup at the end of the game. That was an underthrown ball then too.
right.
You
Like,
throw that
how about we look back to 2017? Remember that game where we completely cracked the Cowboys? I think it was 37-9. You remember that game? Both guys were healthy that game, right? I mean, you guys don't want to talk about that, though.
Yeah, it's just excuses. I mean, you guys bash us and Carson for being hurt. You can't come out and say, oh, my quarterback was hurt when he played the full game. He didn't even get touched.
It's crazy, man. Off topic, do you guys think that Clowney and Miles could have been one of the best, if not the best, DN combos in the league? You're talking about Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney. I think they would be, even though I don't know what the future holds for Myles Garrett after that whole incident. I mean, that was just crazy, man. But someone's going to get Jadeveon Clowney. Let me say that. It's not going to be the Eagles, I'm pretty sure. Someone's going to overpay for him, though. It's going to be one of these lesser teams that want to take that gamble and say, like, oh, maybe he can nurture our younger guys. I could see a team maybe like the Giants or the Jets. A team like that. I could just see them paying Jadeveon like $18 million a year.
Yeah, I could see the same thing with the Panthers too. Like the Panthers are they're in a weird position right now that they'll be like, all right, you know what? Here you go.
Yep. Yes, because that was when the division was on the line. Absolutely right, Kara. Absolutely right. Like these kinds of things get magnified, you know? Like I'm just saying, man, come on. Keep that same energy with your fellow Eagles fans. I'm just responding back. Yep. Who do you both think is currently the best wide receiver in the NFL? I'll go D-Hop.
Mike Thomas or D-Hop.
Yeah. I just think D-Hop is just some, like the talent that guy has, like he really doesn't drop balls. Like, and he's asked to do a lot more.
Yeah, it's actually nuts. Like you throw it up and he'll most likely come down with that ball.
Yep. Your offensive line is still suspect. Your defensive line is still unproven, like the situation has been for the last 5 years in Dallas country. Yeah, I mean, pretty much for the last 10 years, honestly. And, I mean, they're just idle. They're just the same team, They'll collapse when it's time. It's just the Cowboys thing.
Yeah, I mean, JJ, this is a question for you if you're still here. I mean, how do you feel about Travis Frederick not being on the team anymore? I mean, that's a big question that I haven't gotten to ask many Cowboys fans. Because he was kind of that glue to keep that offensive line the best.
Yep. Did you know there's a shortstop named Jeter in Boston? Yeah, I actually did see that. It was pretty funny. Football is happening, but without fans. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think so. Maybe for like I don't know about the regular season, but the preseason will probably be without fans.
The NFL it controls too much in the sports world to see games without fans. The NFL is the best sports company in the world. They'll have fans.
Yeah. Kicker got hurt.
I think he's talking about Seattle when they lost to Dallas or something.
Okay. I'm not sure. Hey, on the cool, y'all did trade us only for us to get a solid center, even though Joe Looney only allowed 1 sack in 2018. Our D-line is sus. I didn't agree with that trade, but guys are going to take time to develop. I don't think that guy's going to be a day one starter. And in terms of your defense, they're just old. They're old and they're getting washed out. Like the Eagles have done so much more this offseason in terms of upgrading and getting younger on defense. So
So you're saying your defensive tackles upgraded with Gerald McCoy and who else?
he says
They
their
signed
D
another
line is sus, but at right defensive end, but their tackle upgraded. So they're talking about Gerald McCoy. He's old.
Gerald McCoy's like 34 years old, man. I'll take Fletcher Cox and Malik Jackson and all them boys over.
Yeah. Our guys are literally like Dak is going to be running around for his life, man. I'm telling you. We're going to put the hits on Dak.
Defensive line is nuts. Like our defense, like people really aren't going to know because they're going to say, "Oh, well, we played the Redskins week 1." What I'm telling you, that first tough stretch of games that we have, weeks 4, 5, and 6, when you see Lamar running everywhere in that backfield because our guys up front are chasing him.
Yeah, man.
Be ready for that. This line's going to get on notice real quick.
Real quick, I want to say what's going on to Born 5. Sorry, I'm late. It's all good, bro. We're just talking, chilling, relaxing back. My boy Freddie. What's going on, Freddie? Appreciate you being in here, my guy. Let's see. I like this comment right here. Matt Sadinsky. Wentz will make Howie regret drafting Hurts. And I think he's really out to prove something. Like he's on that mission. You notice how, like, I've always enjoyed the maturity of Carson Wentz despite everything going on. But overall, I just feel like everything's just building up inside of him. I really think he's going to take this team on a special run this year, and people aren't going to be ready for it. Just like in 2017, going from year 1 to year 2 of the Wentz-Peterson era, we upgraded, right? We got rid of some of these receivers, got guys like Alshon, Torrey Smith, but we didn't expect the Eagles to come out clashing like they were. But when they did, we knew they had that special feeling, like just off the rip. We were blowing teams out 20, 25 points. I could see if the same thing happens, we know it's going to be a special season.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. 100%.
McCoy and Poe has been nothing for the last couple of years. They're trash. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they were both on like Carolina or something like that. Like Donatari Poe, I don't even remember the last team he played on.
Yep. What are both of your pre-match rituals? Lucky Eagles jersey. I'll let you go first.
So last year, when we were on that run to end the season, I wore a Fletcher Cox jersey every game because I went to a couple games before that with like a Wentz jersey on. I went to the Patriots game. I went to the Seattle game, the first one, and I was wearing different jerseys. And then I wore Fletcher Cox for the rest of the season. I got a cheesesteak from this place in Philly, Mike's Barbecue. Got a cheesesteak. It's called the Gritty Cheesesteak, and it has like little fries on top. Like it's pretty good. And I would go to my aunt's house, get the cheesesteak, wear my Fletcher Cox jersey, and we ended up winning the rest of the season.
I like it. Me, I have like an Eagles shirt that I've always had, and I just wear it every week, man. It's not even a jersey; it's just an Eagles t-shirt. So as long as we keep winning, every time I don't wear that, I feel like we just lose a bad game.
Yeah, that's how my aunt is. She's had the same shirt since we won the Super Bowl. She bought it that year. She buys a new Eagle shirt every year. She hasn't since.
Yep. Hurts is going to be a gadget player. Probably. Hopefully not. Do you think we get shady? We were talking about this a little while ago. I think it's possible just for like a leadership kind of aspect, but at this point, I don't see us pulling the trigger. I feel like we're too far into it.
I do think, though, if we get a backup veteran running back, it will be shady. That's I think that's the right thing to do.
I like D-Hop's talent, but his story with his mom makes me like him as a person even more. Yeah, he's a special dude. I respect him a lot, especially how he's handled different situations, just like the Bill O'Brien thing and everything. I like D-Hop. I wish we would have pulled the trigger on him.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that I wish we did that with.
Can you do a video on the Phillies 2020 draft class, please? Yeah, man, it's going to be coming out in the next day or two. Stay tuned on that, Kevin. See you on that thing. We don't need them to get sacks. I'm not even going to read that, to be honest. It's a reply to someone else. Who knows if Wentz starts playing bad or gets hurt, God forbid, and Jalen starts playing good? You know the can of worms that can open, like Dak and Dalton, Breeze and Winston, Rivers, and Brissett. I mean, even if that does happen, it's just going to even, kind of wind things even more, which is why I don't want to be in that situation, because I personally trust in Carson Wentz, and I think he's going to lead this team to the promised land, sometime throughout the rest of his career. But I don't know. People just, like I say, people just always have that angst for Carson Wentz just because he was not the one to finish the job. But in reality, like you're saying to multiple quarterbacks here, you got to learn to respect Carson Wentz and also cherish Nick Foles at the same time.
Also, take a look at the guys that he said: Dak, Breeze, and Rivers. All those guys are unsigned for long-term deals at this moment. Breeze is what, 2 years, 1 year. Rivers is only 1 year. Dak still hasn't signed. I think that Howie Roseman and Doug Peterson both know that whatever happens this year, if Jalen Hurts steps up, maybe they trade him, but I just don't see them giving up on Carson.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Where do you guys think is the best place to grab a Philly cheesesteak before the Eagles home games? Man, we got a lot of good places. Me, I personally like Pat's.
Yeah, I'm a Argan Steaks guy. Argan Steaks or Phil's.
I like it. Oh, yeah, did you know Gerald McCoy said Wentz is better than Dak without hesitation? He's an old but smart guy. I mean, he's just speaking the truth, man.
Yeah, he's a very respectable player. He used to be a beast on the Buccaneers. Father Time is undefeated.
Yep.
He's just gotten older.
Wentz is trying to make us have the best wide receiver rookie class. Yeah, I saw him. Saw that video. Let me know if you guys saw it as well. He was throwing the Rhaegar, and JJ was there. I think Hurts might have been there too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Wentz is taking this leadership role very, very well.
Yep, he's getting down that chemistry. Prince Harry for the win. Yes, sir. Oh wait, sorry, I missed this comment. Can you do your prediction for the Eagles 2020 season? And then I see another one right here. What's your record prediction for the NFC East? So I guess we'll just do both at the same time. I'm going to let 4 for 4 go first. Everyone in the comments, comment right now. What do you think the Eagles win total is going to be for the 2020 season? Let's get some predictions up in here.
Yeah, well, me and you talked about this a couple weeks ago in the stream. But, I'm kind of content on 11-5, 10-4. Or 10-6, not 10-4. I'm just around that range just because I don't know how the wide receivers are going to be. Now, if they are, awesome, if they're really good this year, then, I might go up a little bit later on in the season. I might say, oh, well, we have a chance to win 13 wins. We have a chance to win 12 games. But as of right now, I'm going to stick to 11-5 as my best answer.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that with 11-5. But like I've been saying, guys, like the number one factor is health, and it could really sway this team in either direction. To me, at least 2 or 3 wins. Like, guys start dropping like flies, seeing who we have out there, we could be an 8-win team, a 7-win team. But if we're completely healthy, or 85% of this team is healthy, we could be a 12-win team, an 11-win team, in my opinion. Like, we have that caliber of a roster this year. Do you watch college football? If you do, what team is it? I usually just watch the games on the weekends, when I'm chilling back at home. I don't know if I don't really think I have a college football team like that. I just like to watch the guys develop. I'm more so like players.
Yeah, my dad's an Alabama fan, so it's kind of how we're all Philly. Like, he's a Philly sports fan, and had to follow in footsteps. Go with Alabama.
At the same time, if that does happen, you can trade Hurts for a ransom and get Wentz weapons. Yeah, you can. I'm really interested to see what their plans are, really, because apparently we're a quarterback factory. So, D'Alessandro's also a very slept-on place. I got to agree with you right there. Wentz is going to make Michael Bennett pay for saying what he said. Yeah, man, he's just another one. Like, it's crazy. Guys, not even just fans, but guys that used to be on the team, still trying to divide this fan base in terms of Wentz and Foles. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's just like I could definitely see somebody like Alshon Jeffrey saying something like that, later on down, if he's retired or something. Oh, like, how'd you think of Wentz? Oh, yeah. Foles was better or something like that. Like, come on now.
I love Pats. Shout out to 4 for 4.
Appreciate you, my guy.
What's going on, Reese? What's going on, bro? Appreciate you for stopping by into the stream, man. Says he likes Temple. Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, they're kind of the hometown team, one of them. So I feel you right there. So let's get into some of these win predictions for the Eagles. Karras is 13-3, 11-5, 10-6, 10-6 or 11-5, 13-4. It'd be 13-3, 14-2, 11-5 Super Bowl champs. I like it. 14-2. 14-2 if we get defensive end Clowney or Yannick, 13-3. 14-2 Super Bowl champs or 11-5. I like it. I like all the optimism that's up in here.
A lot
And
of 42s.
a lot of them, man. People are confident in this team. I just see who we're playing, like we got some tough matchups on the schedule and we got a couple rough weeks. Like I said, even if we were to come out and beat all these crazy teams, 2-3 week stretches that are going to be very difficult, I could see us losing one of those trap games just because I feel like the Eagles do that. I just feel like Philly teams do that.
Definitely. Philly teams love to just lose to teams that they should beat.
SJ94 says, what happened to 7-time Pro Bowl selection Antonio Brown? What would he do with Lamar and the Ravens? Man, AB has had a rapid decline of his career. It's crazy. Like, I don't know if the guy is like just messing around or if he really has some brain damage or something, but for like that period for, I think it was like 3-4 months. Remember, he was just going off, just doing the craziest things. It's sad because he was a marquee talent in this league. Like, AB on my list was actually number 1 at wide receiver. Like, he was that good. And I think, what was he, a 5th round pick or something? 6th round? Like, crazy.
6th round. Yeah, he was my number 1 for wide receiver also. I mean, how he would do with the Ravens, he's an AB. You're going to put him on a team. He's going to give you numbers. He's a talented guy. Like, he literally was drafted basically for nothing and turned out to be one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah, man,
he's good.
I think it's so crazy. Like, it just goes to show, in my opinion, like, guys nowadays are so greedy to just for themselves. Like, think about what they had in Pittsburgh. Like, low key, that team literally was pretty much an automatic playoff berth every season. Big Ben, Le'Veon, AB, a couple of the other guys they have, Mike Tomlin, like, they were just in the playoffs. When I thought of the playoffs, like, they were just in already. They were one of those teams. And just because they wanted to go to their own team or they couldn't work things out, like, nowadays guys are just crybabies, man. Like, think about that. Like, think about what they broke up there for literally no reason.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they had stuff that teams wish they had. A number 1 running back who this past season was awful. A number 1 wide receiver, probably the best in the league, didn't even play. And Big Ben, who got hurt, unfortunately, but they had everything. A franchise guy, franchise running back, franchise wide receiver. And
it's
now
crazy. It's literally crazy. Like, and look at Le'Veon, spent a year hurt with the Jets. AB, not even in the league. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. It really is.
That's why I love Philadelphia. That's like, you saw Brandon Graham. He was in tears after that Eagles loss. Josh McCown, who was only an Eagles backup for a year, was in tears after a playoff loss. Like, it just shows you how well Doug Peterson and Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, they put together these guys that they just know for some reason will get together along.
Like, it's really crazy, man. Like, guys really cherish that feeling of playing in Philadelphia. Like, it is felt. It is really felt.
Yeah, it's nuts. And that's why I love Philadelphia.
Yep. What's going on, Aaliyah Davis? Appreciate you for stopping into the chat. Let us know how you're doing. Appreciate you stopping by. Let's see. Did you tell Steven Conrad to give me a wrench? No, I didn't, but I'm probably going to be streaming with him again. We're actually trying to get a 3-way Sixers stream going. Me, 4 for 4, and Steven, maybe sometime next week or something. It's going to be lit, guys. And like I said, when we hit 2K, man, we're going to get some of you guys up on here, talk some sports with us too, some of the others. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Miami Hurricanes fan. Sir. 4 for 4 in college. I'm an Alabama fan. Go Philly.
Yeah, roll tide.
CTE. Yeah, AB could really have CTE. Like, I'm not even joking about it. It's sad, but it's true.
Montez gave him that shot in the playoffs. That was the end of both teams.
AB was a really good route runner. AB, not only was he a good route runner, but this guy would just take off. Like, Ben says, hut, hut, go. And AB is just down the field. Like, that breakaway speed, given his height, like, AB's really not that guy that I could see going up on top of people, but he could really do anything at wideout, in my opinion. It's crazy.
Yeah, he was great. I mean, it sucks to see him go. Like, it was kind of like Megatron, Dez, and AB really just left too early in their careers. Like, those three guys at one point in time were 1, 2, and 3 to me.
Yeah. AB really just, I don't know. Like I'm saying, he just got too greedy. Went to the Raiders, started acting up, and it all just spiraled downhill from there, man. AB started acting weird after the hit to the head. Yeah, man, that was a crazy hit by Vontaze Burfict. I was watching that game, man. Crazy. He got smacked.
Yeah, he's always been a dirty player. And then Burfict got smacked the very next year by Juju.
Yep. Thoughts on the Eagles Amazon Prime documentary? I still did not get a chance to watch that. I promise you, bro. I promise I'm going to watch that.
It was good. I liked it a lot. They focused on a lot of the kind of free agent players. I'm not going to like spoil it or anything from you, but Brandon Graham was a very big piece. And from that documentary alone, I had to go buy a Brandon Graham jersey.
Yes, sir. Do you guys think that Brandon Graham and Derek Barnett are going to be competing for that outside spot? Correct me if I'm wrong, but has being on the downside since he got paid. And I guess you're talking about Brandon Graham. I just think Brandon Graham is that veteran presence for us. I don't think they're really going to be competing. I think both could probably start on the outside, and we'll have Fletch and Javon Hargrave at our D tackles. But overall, a lot could happen. We have a lot of depth. We're trying to build that 2-unit line that we had in 2017. The guys could just come out, send the other guys in, and it was brand new. We had a solid line. The first unit, the second unit, guys like Chris Long, Haloti Ngata, they played significant roles, and I could see us kind of structuring our team kind of how we did a few years back.
Yeah, I mean, this is Derek Barnett's this is his year. Like, if he does good, he'll get his money, but if he does bad, he's not going to be on the team much longer.
Yep. Marlins kept trying to get rid of that awful stench Jeffrey Lurie. I don't think they need just pitchers. You talking about
too much Marlins?
Yeah, I don't really follow the Marlins like that. At least Le'Veon didn't turn into a psychopath like AB. Yeah. I'm expecting Le'Veon to have a good year. I think the Jets will be okay, but they're just the Jets to me. Like they do Jets things,
Yeah, like they went out last year, signed CJ Mosley and Le'Veon in like the same day, and both of them ended up getting hurt.
Yeah. Only good guy from AB Dez Megatron time is my man Julio. I think they're all amazing. I still view Julio as one of the top receivers in the league if he's healthy, but he's kind of getting up there as well.
I mean, the things that Megatron used to do, when he went up on 3 guys against Cincinnati, that was just insane. Like he was a monster, and he broke one of Jerry Rice's many records.
Megatron was the beast, man. Just the Lions are just a bad franchise.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that both of your best players of all time retire at the same age at 30, Barry Sanders and Megatron. Like Barry, it makes more sense, but Megatron, he still had some years left.
Yeah. Do you guys think the DBs will work together this offseason? I'm sure of it. I'm sure they will. I'm looking for guys to take a step up, be leaders on the defense. I think there will be a few key guys, When is RB and Philly Phan going to debate or take on a Dolphins, Jets, Jags, or even better, a Cowboy fan? Hey, I'm ready. I'm telling you, when we get 2K subs, I'm bringing people on here. Already got people lined up. Some Cowboys fans that want to debate, man. It's going to be pretty interesting. We could do like a whole round table, man. Me, 4 for 4, couple Cowboys fans. We could go off.
I love to talk about football in general.
Yes, sir. Graham was our best D-line player last year. Yeah, Graham had a very low-key solid year, and I just love Brandon Graham. I just love him as a Philadelphia Eagle. He really fits a nice role with the Eagles.
Yeah, he always has. I mean, and what he did will never ever be done again. Strip sack Brady in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Do you think we should bring back Tim Jernigan? Yes, I do. I actually made a video on it. I wouldn't mind, even if we bring him back and he doesn't, pan out to be a good depth piece. I just think that having him here, a guy who knows the culture, it would be an Eagles Howie Roseman type of move. I think he could come in off the second unit. Yeah, it's taking a risk, a guy that has injuries. But even if he doesn't, like I said, if he doesn't turn out to be what we think he could be as a solid piece off the bench, then get rid of him. We have other guys, but I wouldn't mind it. I think it'll be cheap.
Yeah, I love Timmy Jernigan. I mean, we got him for cheap then. We could probably get it from cheap now. And he was just a culture guy. I mean, he was always dancing to Meek Mill in the locker room, Lil Uzi. Philly guys loving Philly guys.
Yeah. I'm still kind of here. What's good, Kara? What's good? What video games do y'all play on?
I played PlayStation.
Yeah, I play PS4 too. Sports games.
Yeah, I only play Madden.
Do you think Tua will make an immediate impact? How about Joe Burrow? I don't really see them taking their team to the playoffs year one, but I think there'll be significant upgrades. I think the Dolphins have gotten a lot better this offseason. I think Joe Burrow will be a good quarterback, but it takes time.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to come in weeks 1 through 4 and just do what they did in college. I mean, Joe Burrow scored, 7 touchdowns against Oklahoma in one half?
Yeah.
He'll never do that. I mean, it's a different game. It's going to take them some time, but they're both going to be very successful, I think.
Yeah. So right now, have nothing. Oh, got nothing. I don't know what that means. Who are your guys' sleeper teams besides the Cards? Everybody go ahead and comment down in the comments. Who is your sleeper team right now? Who's your sleeper team besides the Cardinals?
I got the Browns. Browns and I'll say 2. I got the Browns definitely for number 1. And number 2, I got the Steelers just because they didn't make the playoffs last year. But I think this year, with Big Ben coming back, if he can stay healthy, the Steelers are always going to be a playoff team with him. And, James Conner, I don't know if you've seen any videos or anything from him, but I follow him on Instagram. He's been bulking up, kind of like Ben Simmons all over Instagram.
Yeah.
So
James Conner
special. Browns. Yeah.
He's special. Man, I don't know. I mean, I would think the Browns as well, but overall, maybe a team like the Jets, possibly. Maybe a team you mentioned before, like the Broncos. There's a couple different teams. Maybe even the Raiders I could see taking a step up, just given John Gruden's experience, but I'll go with those few. Miami, Jets, Panthers, good team right there. Miami, Broncos. Yeah, so a lot of people saying Miami and see the Broncos here, but yeah, overall I don't know. I just think it's going to be a different season. It's going to be interesting circumstances. There might be some breakout players though, like even with the Panthers, Christian McCaffrey, I'm seeing him having a big season again.
Yeah, I mean, Christian McCaffrey he's a very, very good player. Hopefully, I'm hoping that they didn't overpay for him because I would like to see him dominate for a couple more seasons.
That's interesting that you bring that up because, when it's time for the Eagles to pay Miles Sanders, what do you think we do? What if he has to make up in the range of $10, $15 million a year? Do we pay a guy like Miles Sanders? Do we go ahead and spend that capital?
I mean, if he's putting up Christian McCaffrey's numbers and you see you see what McCaffrey's doing on a bad team. If you can put Sanders and if he's doing that on a good team, I don't really see how you can't pay him at that point. He's done what he's done.
Yeah.
Plus I love Sanders, so
I would just be a little scared given that I feel like running backs are undervalued and they pay for what you are going to do going forward rather than what you did. It's not fair at all, but it's sad that that's kind of how it works.
yeah. I mean, we saw what happened the last time we overpaid for a running back in DeMarco Murray. That lasted a whole year.
If we get Jernigan, then Malik Jackson will be playing at DE because we would have too many D tackles. Would you rather re-sign Curry over Jernigan? Yeah, I'd probably re-sign Vinny Curry first, but I just think either way, him or Jernigan are going to be discount options. And I don't know. I think we can fill up a couple more depth pieces on our D line. I thought the Titans are the underrated team in last year's playoffs. Yeah, they were. They could be a scary team again. If they need to pay Derrick Henry though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll still that contract for Tannehill, odd.
Yeah. At this point, guys, we are an hour in. Crazy already, but we're an hour in. I see some people leaving hot takes already. We were gonna get into that, but we might as well start now. By the way, if you guys have not yet, we are broadcasting from 2 channels. Be sure to like up the stream on our channels. Subscribe to both of us if you are new. Always putting out daily fire content as always. And with that being said, you guys already know what we do here every single stream, bringing the hot takes. Guys, leave me something right now in the comments. Give me a bold statement. Give me a crazy prediction. Give me something, whether it's Philly sports, Eagles, Sixers, anything. Give me a fire take in the comments. We'll go ahead and give ours. I see a couple here already. Hot take RB to make 5,000 subs before the playoffs. That would be lit, man. You know, we're going to try, man. Going to keep grinding. Going to stay consistent as always. That's tough, though. That's tough. Trishan Tillman, this one's for you.
Hot takes for Philly Phan reaches 1,000 subs before the beginning of the NFL season. Man, I hope so. I do. I really do hope so. Like, I just love interacting with, all of you guys, everybody that comments under my videos. I'm going to try and post a video every day up until I hit 1,000 subscribers. That's the goal, is to just keep going and going and going. Post a video, whether it's, Eagles, Sixers, Flyers, or Phillies. I'm just hoping that once the NBA season, NHL comes back, we just skyrocket from there. I think me and RB definitely will skyrocket as soon as the Sixers comes back.
Yes, sir. We got a lot of lit content coming, man. You guys already know what it is. I see some hot takes coming already. So with that being said, 4 for 4, you go ahead and give us some fire, man. And then I'll go and then we'll read some of these in the comments.
I'm going to go with the Sixers. I know we're wearing some Eagles gear right now, but I'm going to go with the Sixers hot take because it's just on my mind. I think that Al Horford comes alive off the bench in the playoffs and drops like 15 a night off the bench. Plays, towards the end of the games with our starting unit. I think the Sixers make it to at least the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm going to go all the way back from my beginning season predictions and say that we're at least making the Eastern Conference Finals this season.
I like it. That's a bold take right there. That's a bold take, especially given how Al Horford has fit in with the guys. Since you gave a Sixers one, I'll go with the Eagles. I'm going to go with the Eagles offensive line. I think this offensive line, I'll give my bold take, we're a top 3 offensive line in the entire NFL, given the guys that we have, given signifying the importance of keeping Carson Wentz healthy back there in the pocket, whether he's rolling around, whatever. I just really think we have the guys, and it kind of goes overheard year in, year out. But guys like Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks, you don't really hear a guy like Brandon Brooks' name that much. But he is one of the most solid right guards in the league. Jason Kelsey, I think Andre Dillard steps up. I think Samalo or whoever else we plug in there is going to be solid. And I think the Eagles will have a top 3 offensive line. I think Carson Wentz stays healthy, plays a 16-game season. And it's going to help our run game as well with Sanders, some of the other backs that we have back there.
Yeah, couldn't have said it any better myself.
Hot take, Bird Gang 114. AP gets released by the Redskins and we pick him up. What's your thought on it? Hey, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it at all. I think AP's got a little bit left in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, AP, his MVP year was That was just a different breed of running back.
Yes, sir. We won't allow a first quarter touchdown this year. That's a good one, man. That's one I haven't heard. That's a good one. That really is a good one. If our defense can lock it up on the first couple possessions of games, and on the other side of that, if we can come out of the gate and finally score some points in the first quarter, because it really strains me. Last year, especially every Sunday, this team can't even get out and score some points. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have 3 points with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. It can't happen.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Miles Sanders, 2,000 rushing, 2,000 receiving. That's insane. That is a crazy take out of this world, man. But I like it. I like the fire.
With those stats, I mean.
Right. Talk about running a guy into the ground.
Yeah.
Hot take, Jalen Reagor reaches over 1,000 yards in his rookie season. I like it. If that happens, he will be the key weapon going forward, given what we have. If these guys stay healthy, I like it. I like it. RB, you are the GOAT. Appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate it. Just doing my thing, as always. Scorching take loading. I like it. I like it. Give me all the fire, guys. Bring all the fire in the chat. JJ will have 65 catches, 800 yards, 9 touchdowns, reminiscent of Alshon's Super Bowl season, closing the casket on Alshon's career in Philly. Let me get your instant reaction on that.
If JJ Arcega-Whiteside, after catching only 10 passes last season, can do this, Midnight Black, I promise you, I will buy you whatever jersey you want. If he can put up, not even the 65 receptions, if he can put up 800 yards plus this season, you can come to my channel, subscribe to me. I will buy you whatever jersey you want, whatever sport, 100% authentic. I will definitely do that. That's a great take. I'm loving it, and I will put my money where my mouth is.
I love it. I love it. And on that same page, like, I really do agree. Like, I really think JJ is going to step up and have a big year. I do. Now that people just keep counting him out, I mean, this kid is young. You got to understand. And he realizes, given all the downfalls that he had to go through last year, you know, we heard he couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom, stuff like that. I think he's going to come out and everyone's going to be sleeping on him. We're going to forget about him. But say week 2, week 3, he comes out and catches a couple touchdowns. Like, he's going to put himself on the radar, and he could be a big piece. Just like Midnight Black said, Alshon kind of closing the casket. You know, we're saying our goodbyes. We don't really want to spend that money. If JJ can step up, say, in preseason and look like he's that guy, hey, man, future's bright.
Definitely.
19 interceptions this season. I like it. I love it, dude. I mean, if we definitely need to take a big jump in terms of interceptions, takeaways, all of that stuff. That is really what makes your defense successful. And I just haven't seen that enthusiasm the last couple of years. I haven't seen guys take that gamble and pick passes off. But now a guy like Big Play Slay, you never know, man. I like it.
Yeah, takeaways win you a lot of games.
Yes, sir. Hot take, Jalen Hurts to become the most valuable gadget player in the NFL. I mean, hey, I'm not mad at the game. If that's what we want to use him for and everyone is satisfied with that, and he's coming out here and we're doing end arounds and we're doing, you know, flea flickers or trick plays, Philly special, and Jalen Hurts is somehow being utilized successfully, I'm not mad at it. I mean, he was a second-round pick for a reason. We got to use him somehow.
Yeah, you can't just waste his entire rookie year. If you're going to use him, maybe he can be a trade piece for next year's draft. Got to do something with him, though.
Yep. I'm back. Hot take, Slay breaks record for most interceptions in a game with 5. Big Play Slay, gonna make you pay. Hey, I like that. I like that. It has a little ring to it. You know what I'm saying? 5 interceptions, that's crazy in a game. I could definitely see Slay picking off, you know, Dak Prescott twice in a division game. Now, that'd be nice.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Hot take, Javon Hargrave gets the most sacks from our team. That's interesting. That's pretty interesting. Given Javon's background, knowing that he's a run stuffer, if he was to come out, start piling on them sacks. I mean, I'm telling you guys, the pressure with Javon and Fletcher Cox, and if Derek Barnett steps up, they're really not going to be able to stop us. they're gonna have to play 2 tight ends just to give them some adequate blocking. You know what I'm saying?
Bird Gang, I'm on it. I'm going to agree with you on that. I honestly do think Javon Hargrave might get the most sacks. You got to think you can only double team one player. It's going to be Fletcher Cox. He's the better player. Javon Hargrave is going to get in there. I mean, really, I really do think he could.
Based off that, another take I would have is, maybe an opposing rushing or opposing rushing guy like Ezekiel Elliott or Saquon Barkley. Maybe all the running backs that we end up playing this year, maybe no one goes above 100 or 110 yards. That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Will Quez Watkins make the team because he works with Carson Wentz? I wouldn't say that he makes the team because of that. If he does make the team, though, and he's more of a developmental guy, but given what he can do, the big play type of capability, if some guys start getting hurt or maybe even slides into that last slot if we keep 6 receivers. But I liked Quez Watkins. I do. And for a late round, 6th round guy, I mean, I think we got a good pick.
Yeah, Quez is a guy that was probably supposed to go in the 4th, honestly, if you really look at it. He could have gone 4th, 5th, maybe even 3rd.
Yeah.
It's just going to depend.
A lot of guys have a chance to make this team, though.
We're getting younger through the draft, which is always good.
Hot take: Dak to leave and Andy Dalton to be sacked record times against Eagles. I love it. I love it. I mean, I'm telling you, it's a real possibility. People don't want to believe me. I'm telling you, it's on the table, guys. And Andy Dalton could be the week 1 starter for the Cowboys, and I'll just be sitting back laughing. I'll really just be sitting back. We will sack Andy 8 times in a game. I could see it happening.
Yeah, because you got to think at least Dak has some mobility. Andy Dalton he's never had mobility. I mean, we'll get to him at least 5 times a game.
Yep. Red Sox should have selected more pitchers because that's a big issue they're having, but love the Blaze Jordan pick. Yeah, I haven't really kept up with like other teams in terms of the MLB draft, but
yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I literally turned on the MLB draft for the first time ever on Wednesday. And it was just to see that 15th pick. I'm pretty satisfied with how the Phillies did. But other than that, I really couldn't. I'm going to be honest. I really could tell you nothing about any other player. I don't even know who went number 1. I just know that the Phillies picked 4 players, 2 right-handed pitchers, an outfielder, and a shortstop. That's the only thing I know.
I feel you, man. I feel you. At this point, we are an hour 15 into this thing. I see a couple people still coming in here talking. Appreciate everyone that's in here. Hit that like button if you have not. Subscribe to both channels. We're going to be doing a lot, guys. Let me know in the comments right now if anyone's in here. Let me know. Are you guys Sixers fans? Are you fans of different teams? Do you like different sports? Let me know. Or are you an all for 4 for 4, no pun intended, Philly fan? Do you like all the Philly teams? Let me know in the chat, guys. Hot take: Cowboys to change their name to the Dallas Tampons because they're only good for 1 period and have no second string. I love it. SJ, I love it. He always comes in here with these jokes, man. I like it. I like it. Hot take: Sidney Jones gets more picks than Slay. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, and I definitely would not be mad at that. I'm looking to see Derek Barnett and Sidney Jones. This is their year. This is their make or break year with the Philadelphia Eagles. If they have good seasons, you'll see them here a long time. If they both suck, then that's it. I mean, you can kiss those picks goodbye.
Real quick, I see people talking about their teams and what they like, but real quick, I want to get to this guy who's literally spamming the chat. Skins fan for life. I know this guy, me and him were going back and forth. Talk about first off, here's what I want to say to you. I know I haven't responded to you and you keep commenting back at me, but first off, here's what I want to say. You are a Washington Redskins fan, okay? You are irrelevant. You will be irrelevant, and you've probably been irrelevant since the time you were born. Second off, I know you talked to me about Deshaun Jackson saying he was injury prone. That is a joke. That is a joke. He's going to burn you guys week 1 again. 2 touchdowns, 150. I'm calling it. Be back here on the channel, when it happens. But Skins fans for life. I mean, you should just delete your channel, man, or switch fan bases. Switch fan bases. The Skins suck.
If you're telling us that a Super Bowl winning GM in Howie Roseman sucks, and to be in a division with him is terrible, or is a good thing because you think he's terrible, come on, man. You guys have done nothing since the majority of us in this chat have been born for. Nothing. You made one playoffs in years, and it was with RG3. How'd that turn out? And you have done nothing. You had a solid draft with Terry McLaurin. You got a good guy. Who's throwing on the ball? Dwayne Haskins?
Washington
Just
is
because you draft a bunch of Ohio State guys doesn't mean you're Ohio State all of a sudden.
Washington is just a disgraceful franchise to the NFL. They really need to sell that franchise. One thing I'll say, it's really funny how the one good piece you had that came along in RG3, you messed his career up because your coach was incompetent. And it's really funny how imagine your team, the most headlines they make is in terms of their name being discriminatory. That is the most headlines I've seen for the Washington Redskins. Really.
Yeah, you guys are irrelevant. You guys are terrible. And have fun winning 3 games and wasting your pick on probably an offensive lineman next year because you've been rebuilding for the last 40 years.
It's hilarious, dude. Gabe says, I'm a Blue Jays fan. That's interesting, man. What are you from? Are you from Toronto?
I will say this. Toronto's got a very good young team. Biggio, Vladdy Jr., Bichette.
Yep. I like all the Philadelphia teams. I'm a proud 4-for-4 Philly fan. I like it. I like it. Ricky, Cowboys and Rockets. # skinny Harden. Wow, that's interesting. I could have sworn we talked some Sixers before, but I like it. Hot take, a Sixers one. Ben has to mid-range 12 to 20. Or I don't know what that's saying. If he's saying like 12 to 20 feet out from the basket or
I don't know. I think that's probably what he means, but I'm
yeah.
not too sure.
I root for all the pro Philly teams. I like it. I like it. Kara says, don't spam my chat. Tell him, Kara. Let him know. Bro, Key, Eagles, Raptors, Phillies, and Maple Leafs, even if I don't follow baseball or hockey. That's interesting. So you're a 2-2 type of guy. You're a 2-for-4 hitting 500 type of guy. Interesting. Keep my eyes on you, man. You sure you ain't switch after that Kawhi shot? The one that really just killed a month of my life after?
Oh, that was awful.
Get out, annoying Skins fan. Yeah, let him know, Aaliyah, Kara. Let him know. Get this bum out of here. Redskins are most irrelevant team in the NFC. I mean, yeah, they're pretty much one of the most irrelevant in the NFL. Like, you tell me the Washington Redskins. You say the Washington Redskins to me, and to me, it's just 2-0. It's automatic 2-0. Even last year, when it felt like we didn't even come out of the gate ready to go in the season, we go down 17-0. What happens? I mean, they're a disgrace.
You guys suck.
The Redskins don't even have home games. They don't.
We own that stadium. Like,
it's crazy.
Did you see how many Eagles fans were in the back when Greg Ward called that touchdown? It was unreal. It was literally it was a home game for the Eagles. Just like every Washington. Like, if you are a 4-for-4 Washington fan, you know, you got that with hockey. You got that with baseball. But even before you guys won the World Series, every time Bryce Harper struck out that first game, you literally were in tears of joy. Like, it was embarrassing, and we came back and whooped you that game. I mean, yeah, you won the World Series, but come on. You have 2 championships in the last 40 years.
It's crazy, man. Everton Football Club and Philly Eagles. I like that. That's pretty interesting. I know you're from Liverpool. How did you get started into the Philadelphia Eagles? I mean, like I said, our fans are worldwide. This is one of the best sports franchises. I mean, I'm telling you guys, loyal fans wherever you are. Stop watching football since you can't choose a good team. Yeah, I mean, that's terrible. I don't think I would be really too much into sports if I was a Redskins fan.
Yeah, neither would I.
Tit Tat says you're what's going on, Tit Tat? What's going on? What's going on?
So
We're
my
just
guy,
talking.
that is the guy that did my tattoo, my Philly themed tattoo on my leg. So
Really?
appreciate you for stopping by. Yeah.
That's what's up. What kind of tattoo is it?
I got all 4 Philly teams on there, and then I got the little skyline with Rocky going like this. So it's pretty dope.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I might have to hit him up.
Yeah. I mean, it's right in Deptford, so it's real close. He runs 12 ounce. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Nah, I haven't, but I'm definitely gonna look into it. Giants are bad, but they have good ownership and are building right. I wouldn't say Dave Gettleman is really a good owner, but I would see the Giants making a come up before the Redskins, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that 4th overall pick, I still don't know who that is.
It's a typical Giants pick.
Yeah,
Typical Giants pick.
They pass up on the number 1 offensive lineman to draft a guy that was going in like the 20s in some people's rankings.
I like it. That's how well you're gonna get blocked when we play. Yeah, let them know. Let them know. Redskins are getting stomped week 1. I'm telling you guys, bring all the Redskins fans on to me. Week 1, we are going to stomp the Redskins. D-Jax is going for another 2 touchdowns.
Definitely.
Bird Gang 114 says, I got to go. Sorry for leaving so early. It's all good, man. It's all good. Appreciate you for stopping by, my guy. Bye, RB. Sorry for leaving. It's all good, Trishan. Appreciate you, man. You know, we'll be back here streaming multiple times a week, by the way. Lit content to come. Brokey, nah, I didn't switch after Kawhi. Philly fans ain't like that. You're right, man. You're right. It's just, I got to keep my eye on you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just messing with you. The Redskins might be good this year because they're used to playing with no fans. I mean, you're not lying. They are used to that. They're used to the crickets in the stadium, but let's wait till they get a quarterback.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins isn't cutting it for me.
No. I feel like the Blue Jays pass on Zach Veen because defensive play in right field make a lot of sense. Also, Martin is a stud, though. Again, I really haven't kept up with the MLB draft. I'm waiting on the NBA draft, man. I'm waiting on the NBA draft.
Yeah, if you want to talk MLB draft, I mean, I just put up a video. I know RB's putting one up either tomorrow or the next day. But
Yeah, man. Yeah, and they still lose without fans. Yeah, they're terrible. They're just a disgrace. I mean, it's almost like we're just in a 3-team NFC East at this point.
Yeah, because even when they are somewhat good, they're still not good to win the Super Bowl.
I hate Redskins. Yeah. 47-12. That's in my ballpark right there. I really think we're gonna stomp the Redskins. Even it's funny, like they pick up pieces like Josh Norman, and what do? They just fizzle out. Josh Norman it's crazy how much that man got paid. And really he's not a good corner anymore.
No. Where is he at now? I know he's not there anymore. I think he got traded or something.
No, I think he is there. He just is a bum.
Is he? I could have sworn he left. And I was like, oh, well, because he was my guy in Carolina. When they went to the Super Bowl, he was my guy, Josh Norman. I just liked the way he played. And, Odell was doing all the things that he was doing to Norman, and Norman was just kind of clamping him up a little bit. He was my guy, but
I'm about to look up. Yeah, you're right. He's actually with the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I could have I mean, hopefully with him and Tre'Davious White,
32, 1 year, $6 million contract. Could be up to $8 million.
It's a shame. I mean, he made his money with that stupid contract that Washington just loves giving these people and just killing their careers. Landon Collins is another one. You're just going to kill his career. But
it was crazy when he left Carolina. I don't know. I just felt like it was. I understand he really just went for the money. I feel like that's kind of the trend nowadays. Like, guys don't even care about winning rings. They just want to get paid.
Yeah, it's nuts to me. That's why sports are that's why the MLB's not being played right now, honestly, because they want to get paid their full salary. Nobody in the world is getting paid their full salary right now through this what we're going through. I mean, you got to make some exception.
It's crazy, man. It's a rough time, but I think things are gonna get better soon.
Yeah, that's why I'm loving what the NBA and NHL are doing.
Yeah, man. And when they do come back, like it's just crazy. Like we really do appreciate all of you guys that continue to come out here and support. No sports. Like I understand it's really hard, but at the same time, it's so cool that we can still talk to you guys. Like I love coming on here talking to you guys, even through a period like this. Definitely has helped me get through this period. I don't know what I would do without it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just so much easier. Like, even when we have nothing to talk about, it just feels like we can always have something to talk about. And now, since we've been doing live streams, I mean, this is what, like our 5th week doing this now? We've been doing this for over a month.
yeah, man.
It's crazy. Like, I love talking Philly sports and getting it through with a bunch of other great Philly sports fans. It's awesome.
Redskins praise Haskins after one game against us. Yeah, the Redskins are a joke. They are a joke. The only player I really feared on the Redskins was Deshaun Jackson, just because I knew he would. D-Jax just loves torching his old teams. D-Jax just plays with that kind of vengeance, and that's why I really love him.
Yeah, I mean, he did it against us a couple times. Glad to have him back.
Quarterback, Carson Wentz. Yeah, I love Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is my guy, man. I didn't mind Skins fans until now. You're making your fan base look bad. Yeah, I was actually surprised because he kept coming on my video and just kept commenting at me until I responded. And I was surprised to see a Redskins fan on YouTube. Like, I'm not even going to joke about it.
Yeah, there's no Washington content creators that I can find.
No.
Like you see like us, like Philly, like there's so many of us, like you got like people all the way up to like 20,000 subs, all the way down. I mean, we're just like a whole big family, and there's nobody in Washington that's doing any of that.
No, not at all. I watched a few Super Bowls from 2013, but got into the Eagles in 2017 when Jay Ajayi signed. Being from Liverpool, Philly is similar city, sports crazy. Yeah, man, it's unbelievable. I don't know if you've been here or not, but if you do get a chance, like definitely take a trip out. It's something you won't forget.
Yeah, if you go to an Eagles game at the Link, it's something different.
SJ, appreciate you, man, for tuning in. I know it's late there. You say it's 2 a.m. Peace out, man. I hope you sleep well and everything. Hope everything's all good. Appreciate you for being in here this late, man. Means a lot.
Yeah, that's dope.
I know the Giants passed on Josh Allen and picked a quarterback at number 6. Yeah, Daniel Jones didn't really look too bad, but I don't know. The Giants are just they're just not solid right now. They're not. They're going to run Saquon into the ground, and I really think he could end up leaving, to be honest.
I saw something funny about the Giants. There was like this Giants fan that my brother showed me on TikTok, and he was like, "Oh, like look at Saquon running all over the Eagles defense," and I was like, he hasn't won a game against us like in his career. He's 0-4 against us. It makes no sense. You're 0-4. You can run all over us. You've lost every game, and you haven't done a single thing since.
I don't even worry about them. I don't worry about the Giants or the Redskins. It's really a 2-team race right now.
It really is. I mean, of course it's with the Cowboys, but
yeah,
I don't even mind it because we beat them too.
Yeah. Last Redskins player I liked was Jamison Crowder, but he's not there anymore. Yeah. Feels like every guy. The one guy I actually did like on the Redskins, who I thought was like coming into his own, was Jordan Reed, tight end. But like I feel like he went way down in terms of injuries and everything. Like it just kind of killed his career. But
yeah, he was always my fantasy tight end because he was just always there because he's always injured.
Yep.
Something about those Washington guys just love getting injured.
Yep. Both of you guys are making quarantine better. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for always showing love. What quarterback in the league would you compare Carson Wentz to?
See, I don't know. That's a question because Carson's just a quarterback in his own. Like he's just that great that he just makes it his own type of play style. Like, I mean, I guess you could kind of say Rodgers in a way because of the mobility outside the pocket. But to me, I just feel like he has his own game to him.
Yeah, I agree with that. If there was honestly like, and this really isn't like any bias at all. If there's a guy where I look at what Carson Wentz has done and his sample size and his ability and had to compare it to someone else, I'm sorry, but like the number one guy I see is Patrick Mahomes. It really is true. Like, now I'm not saying like all the trick stuff and everything and looking this way and throwing the ball the other way, but like just the mobility, like you said, and just like the crazy plays that come out of nowhere and just the leadership capability. I just really see a little Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, again, I said it earlier. They're the only two quarterbacks in this league that are making that throw in the back of the end zone.
Yep. And like I would say Russell Wilson, but he's just different. Like Russell Wilson's deep ball to me is the best in the league. Like there's nothing that can touch that deep ball. But in terms of how they play, like I don't know, man. Mahomes kind of mirrors Wentz in a way for me. Philly 500 is comedy gold, makes me laugh every vid. Yeah, man, I appreciate Philly 500. He's the GOAT, man.
Yeah. I mean, he shouted me out a couple months ago, helped my channel out a bunch. I still keep in contact with 500.
If Wentz doesn't make it to the playoffs this year, where did the Eagles go from there? I think you really have to break it down as to why the Eagles didn't make the playoffs. Like if guys are getting injured again, out the wazoo, like I mean, you can't really fault Wentz for that. If he goes down early, then yeah, we'll have some questions about everything going on. But I think it would require a lot more to see how we didn't make the playoffs, if that makes sense.
Yeah, if we're like 10-6 and didn't make the playoffs, I mean,
Yeah.
every other year you're making the playoffs.
Or like if guys are going down and Wentz doesn't have anyone to throw to again, like a little bit different.
Like, there's just so much you can do with nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I just see this team with so many weapons. Like, obviously, your coaching has to get the most out of the guys, but at the same time, like, we just have a lot of weapons. We really do. I can't wait until Joe Girardi manages his first game as the Philly skipper. Yeah, I think Joe's going to have a tremendous impact on the Phillies. Like, something special is coming for the Phillies.
Yeah, I mean, when I started YouTube, it was like kind of the time of Joe Girardi, Gabe Kapler getting fired, and I was excited. I'm still excited, and now I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to see Joe Girardi in that red pinstripes, hopefully one day holding up the trophy next to Bryce Harper with the MVP.
Yep.
That's a dream.
You can count me into that parade as well. Like, I'll be there.
Oh, I'm going to be at every parade for the rest of my life. Hopefully, I see a bunch of them.
I think Mahomes is a little better than Carson, to be honest. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. Sure, Mahomes is in a category of his own right now, but I just talking about like the play style. Like I kind of see it similar. This is a pretty good question. Who's a better coach, Andy Reid or Doug Peterson? Be honest. Let me know, everyone in the chat. Who do you think? You go ahead. You can go ahead and answer that first.
I think Andy Reid might be the better coach of the two right now. He's done it a lot longer. Doug Peterson's in his like fourth year, fifth year. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl, but I think Andy Reid's just been doing it. Like he's been on the great teams that haven't won, and I'm happy for him that he finally got his. But I just think because of longevity, I do think that Andy Reid's just a better coach. I mean, you saw what he did with the early 2000 Eagles.
Yeah. I'm going to have to agree with you there. I'll say Andy, but I'll also say to be continued because we have to see how, like, if Doug goes ahead and wins another Super Bowl, Doug hands down. I also think it's important to notice that Doug did have a lot of solid pieces with him during the Super Bowl run. Like I said, guys who I hope that we can kind of mimic after, like, Frank Reich, John DeFilippo, like those guys were very vital to the Eagles' success. But as of right now, just like you said, longevity, Andy Reid was able to make us a playoff caliber team every single year. And just look at what he's done now in Kansas City. Like he's one of the best, man. I'm glad he got that Super Bowl.
Yeah, so am I.
Andy Reid, Doug's only in his fourth year, not fair. Yeah, man. To be continued. Doug, it took him less time to win a Super Bowl. Yeah. see what you're saying. 5th year, my bad. Reed, Doug Peterson. Reed because he coached longer. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna take a little while longer to really know. But as of right now, Andy Reid is one of the greatest of all time. Joe Girardi showing Philly. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. He has more experience. Adaptive ability. Andy's more predictable. Yeah, but at the same time, like they've both developed guys. Like you listen to guys talk about how Andy Reid kind of held down that locker room and how he really had open doors and really how he developed people. And I think someone just commented here talking about Harbaugh. Like, look at all the guys that came off of Andy Reid's coaching tree. Like, there are so many coaches in the NFL that came off of Reid and kind of departed off of him. Like, he's really nurtured a lot of these other guys. It's crazy. Ron Rivera, Jim Harbaugh.
I mean, there's really only 2 coaches in the league that can say that they have made, like, there's more head coaches in the NFL because of Belichick and Reid than any other quarterback, I think, ever, or any other coach than ever.
Yeah. Reid is solid, man. I saw Reid on the Herd today. He talked about how he learned from the Eagles. Andy Reid learned so much, and I really feel like he wanted to be the guy to win one here. But after that 4-12 season, it just wasn't happening. Like, he had his time to win one here. I really don't even feel like he was given enough help than he should have had. Kind of like the situation we're in now, kind of, the last couple of years. But Andy Reid always had us there. He always had us there. He just couldn't finish. That was just the one thing about Andy. Clock management, couldn't finish in the big games for me. Everything's so okay here. Yeah, we're chilling. We're going on an hour 40 right now. We'll probably be on here for like another maybe 5-10 minutes. Just get some final thoughts in. Doug was with Reid for a long time too. He learned from him for like a decade. Yeah, Doug was there too. Doug was, backup quarterback. Like the thing I love about Doug is just his mentality at sometimes. Like, yeah, he gets off track a little bit sometimes, but at the end of the day, like Doug is not afraid of the big moment. Like 4th and 1, we need a couple yards, or we need to go crazy and get a first down. Like Doug's gonna say, send the guys out there. Let's do it. I like it.
Yeah, he's a very ballsy coach. He's done a very good job here.
Yeah. Look at what we had before him. I don't even want to say the guy's name, to transform a couple years later into what we had and how we played up, especially with guys going down in 2017. It was crazy. Eagles really used to draft well. Does it have anything to do with Andy Reid leaving? I would say no. I think that's more the guys higher up, in my opinion, but
yeah, I agree with you.
Do you guys think this was the Eagles' best draft in years? I would say yes, undoubtedly, depending on how far you want to go back. But
it was a good draft. I will say that. I feel like I don't know. I would have to look at a list. There's been some really bad draft classes for the Eagles. But I feel like for filling out our needs, other than that Jalen Hurts pick, I really can't say I was upset about the draft, except, the first round I made a video on CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys and everything like that. But that was just raw emotion. That was just because of what happened. And it was the Cowboys. Like, you don't want to see your arch rival succeed. And they got the guy that basically everybody in the draft wanted to, except the 16 teams in front of the Cowboys.
Yep. I just think that, the last couple of years we've gotten a piece or two, like a Miles Sanders or a Dallas Goedert. But this year what we did was we got a guy like Kavon Wallace, a steal. We addressed the need. Like, that's the problem with the Eagles. Last year we get Andre Dillard. But this year it's like, really? We addressed our need for once. Like, it's been a while, I'll say, since the Eagles really went out and were like, everyone knows the need. We're going to just go out and get as much help as we can. And we drafted a multitude of receivers. We traded for Marquise Goodwin. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, it's yet to be seen. It's hard to say, but why is this guy spamming again? Waylon says Doug P is more like Bill Belichick than Andy Reid is like Bill Walsh. Yeah, I could see that. It wasn't Howie that won you that Super Bowl. It was Nick Foles and Doug Peterson, and that must be embarrassing for a backup quarterback. That makes absolutely no sense. It was Howie Roseman that put the roster together. If you were smart enough to actually watch football and understand the game, look at how we upgraded our roster from 2016 to 2017. Listen to Jason Kelsey's speech at the podium. How we went from being locked in a room to upgrading us to a Super Bowl roster. Pulled off some nice moves.
And get this. The last time you guys won a Super Bowl, a backup quarterback won you that game. So I don't want to hear, oh, it was embarrassing. The last time you won, which was literally like 1978, I know for a fact you were not born because you probably don't even know who started. It was a backup quarterback. He won, and you haven't won a single thing since. You've won like maybe one division title since then. You have been the bottom tier. You have been the laughingstock of the NFC East, the laughingstock of the NFC, basically. You are irrelevant. Your team sucks. Chase Young is going to be absolutely washed, just like every other superstar you've ever either drafted or traded for. You guys made Landon Collins going from a top-tier strong safety to a guy that wasn't even being talked about last year. In 1 year, you gave this man $70 million just for you guys to win, what, 4 games? You guys are irrelevant.
It's crazy, man. Like, again, I'll give him credit just for being probably the only Redskins fan I've ever seen on his platform, but Redskins are a laughing stock, man. It's crazy. And, like, I mean, we had 2 quarterbacks that are better than anyone you guys have had in a while, so.
We have 3 quarterbacks better than.
Look how many times he had to spam just to get his point across. That's how you know he's hurt. 2013 was a good draft class. Ertz and Lane. Yeah, man. That was probably the one I was thinking of in terms of how many years we're going back, but who's better at developing quarterbacks, Andy or Doug? I would probably go with Andy.
Yeah. I feel like Carson was kind of that guy to come in and just take over. And Foles was already a starter by the time Doug got here.
Yeah, and like I said, I just really feel like more like a lot of the assistance was with Frank Reich. Like, to me, Frank Reich is such a smart-minded offensive head coach. Like, you saw what he did with Andrew Luck the first year with the Colts. He took him, comeback player of the year, a guy who took his team to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Skins fan, when was the last time you guys won a Super Bowl? This Skins fan is dumb. Yeah, he's terrible. Actually, guys, let him come back in. If he comes back in, let him stay for a second, because I want 4 for 4 to kind of echo his point about the backup quarterback, because it's funny. But if he starts spamming, then get him out of here.
Yeah, like he just spammed more times than they've won in the last 3 seasons.
Jackie Bradley Jr. is still the most overrated player despite having clutch moments with the bat. People never talk about Xander Bogaerts. I like Xander Bogaerts.
If I had to choose a team from the AL, I guess it would be the Red Sox. I kind of keep ties with them just because my cousin's from Boston. But, yeah, I mean, that's a good team. They're not going to be very good this year just because of Mookie Betts leaving. And basically, they got Alex Verdugo, who's okay, but you just lost probably the second best player in baseball.
Yeah. Skins fan, do you watch football? Apparently not. I don't think Skins fans watch football. There's
nothing to watch.
Like, I'm telling you, I would be very depressed. I would probably have to move to another city or really switch my team. Like, I'm not a guy who switches teams. Philly fan for life. But if I was a Washington Redskins fan, like, it would be pretty sad. Like, imagine having a party to watch a football game and I don't know.
Lose every single week. Like, that's not even fun.
The Redskins can't be practice squad players. Yeah, man, we beat them with a practice squad. Greg Ward up in the end zone. That was great. That really was.
He's probably better than Dwayne Haskins at quarterback, too.
I mean, RG3 should have been much better, but Gruden and them boys couldn't take care of him and keep him healthy. I like this right here. I was actually echoing this a little while back. To me, Gruden, I just don't think Gruden ever liked RG3. I mean, I just don't think he's a good coach at whatever it was. I know RG3 got hurt in that playoff game, but it feels like he never really got a fair chance after that, in my opinion. But
yeah, RG3 was good for that 1 year, and then
yeah,
you guys have been irrelevant ever since. Even before that, you were pretty irrelevant.
Yeah. As a casual football fan, I can't even think of any quarterback that's been in a Redskins pipeline even close to that. Yeah, they're a disgrace of a franchise. I'm waiting for them to sell that team.
Yeah, I mean the next time the Redskins are in the news that is like making headlines, I guarantee you it's because of a name change or they're selling the team.
Yeah. They'd been toying around with Kirk Cousins for like years. Yeah, I mean, to me, I was never scared of Kirk Cousins, which is why when he went to Minnesota and got paid that money, I just knew he's not that upper tier of quarterbacks to me, in my opinion. And I just really was never scared of him.
Yeah, and again, speaking on backups, you signed Kirk Cousins backup last season in Case Keenum. So you're saying that at least when we used a quarterback in the Super Bowl, that was a backup. At least we won. You guys can't win with backups that you make starters.
Real quick, I see Skins fan in here. You were talking about your point about the backup quarterback and winning a Super Bowl with the backup quarterback, but I'm gonna just let 4 for 4 go ahead and say it.
Yeah, I mean, the last time you guys won a Super Bowl, you won with a backup quarterback. Just want to put that out there. He was a backup.
So,
and
what is your reaction to that?
It's funny. It's funny to me how you can be so delusional and just be so irrelevant in this comment section.
He's not going to comment now. Watch.
No, it's insane. You guys sign backups. You guys draft bums every year. You give too much money to players that you just waste away their careers. It's unreal. So have fun going 2-11 or 2 and whatever this year, 2-14. Have fun probably drafting another quarterback because you realize that Dwayne Haskins sucks. And you can stay in our comment sections all you want because we are going to beat you 2 times this year like we did last year and probably the year before that and before that. And we'll see you in our comment sections come playoff time.
Yeah, and I know you're not going to comment back now because your 1 point has just been, proven wrong. Absolutely wrong. And I just want you to come back week 1 after we torch the Redskins and D-Jax goes for another 150. Just come back then and we'll talk. You guys can get him up out of here now. I'm still mad the Sixers didn't bring back JJ Redick. Yeah, the Sixers need shooting. We'll talk about that more in a Sixers stream and videos, but I kind of talked about it a couple days ago, but terrible move.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Super Bowl. Well, Chris, I'll actually tell you, I don't think Tampa Bay is going to live up to those expectations. I had a hot take saying that New England will finish with a better record than Tampa Bay. I just don't see it this year. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, they could not, but I don't think Super Bowl either way.
Skins fan, what happened to Alex Smith, Haskins? Yeah, all these guys. How do you feel about you guys in winning the division? Me personally, I think it's going to be a 2-team race. I think it comes down to week 16 in Jerry World, possibly for that division game, kind of how last year it came down in Philly for whichever team to go and take that number 1 spot in the division. That's really how I see it's going to happen. I think both teams will probably have 9 or 10 wins, and that game might decide it, man. That's how I feel, but I'd give us a good shot of winning the division.
I feel good about this team, honestly. And I do think we're also going to win that division week 16 in Dallas, in Jerry's world.
Yeah. Let me get to this comment real quick. Shut up. You must not even know what your own team speaks of because Djax gets injured every single year. What is a year when he played all? See, this is what shows me like this. First off, you didn't respond to the comment about the Super Bowl, which shows me you are not knowledgeable. Second off, go ahead and look up Djax's track record of injuries and then come back. Like you really just don't know football.
Yeah. I mean,
last year was the first time Djax really had a major injury in how long? His whole career? Come on now.
Yeah. And again, answer the question and then tell me to shut up because your comment is as irrelevant as your football team is.
Right. Like your team is an easy 2 wins a year. It's automatic 2 wins.
People laugh at you guys. Like literally laugh at you guys and knowing at the fact that they don't have to turn on the TV and they know the outcome of the game. Even if it's the Jets or the Giants, like they know that the Washington Redskins is a W on almost everybody's chart.
It's sad. It really is. Like I'd probably rather have no sports than watch a Washington Redskins game. And I'm not even kidding about that.
I mean, it's basically like they have no football season because they never win anything.
I mean, who's the best Washington player under 25? Yeah, let me know. I don't know.
Not that it matters. They're just going to waste away his career.
Who's Washington's best player? The guy they just drafted? Think about that.
Or like they just traded their best offensive lineman for what? Nothing? What did they trade him for?
Nothing.
Trent Williams. Nothing.
Really, like it was like some I don't even know.
Rounder.
Because their medical staff lied to him about a tumor on his head. Like that's the kind of stuff Washington Redskins fans go through.
Yeah, like come on. Your best player was just drafted a month and a half ago, and your best player since is been Ryan Kerrigan, who is mediocre. Like it's Ryan Kerrigan. He hasn't done very much in this league. He was never a Luke Kuechly.
I feel bad for Kerrigan. His career's been wasted.
Everybody that goes through Washington, they either fall off or they just suck.
His delusion is funny. Yeah, he's terrible. I mean, it's sad. It's sad. Taking a brief detour to the talk about the Sixers. Sixers signed Horford to be a 4 or 5, right? Well, Bertans played 5 for the Spurs. Yeah, I'm telling you, I got a good video coming. I was gonna drop it, but now I'm gonna wait. But about the free agents the Sixers should target, it's gonna be pretty interesting. Bertans is gonna be on the market.
Yeah, he's a good shooter too.
Could have signed Bertans and Redick. Yeah, remember when Bertans was torching the Sixers earlier this year? Crazy.
He lost that game.
Why did the Eagles select Jalen Hurts? To me, the Eagles selected Jalen Hurts it was just kind of Howie Roseman's message. Like, we still trust you to win games, Carson. We know that you're our guy. But if you go down a couple more times, we got the guy in the flesh. Like, we have him here ready to rock. So that's just kind of why I think they did.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very questionable move on draft night. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, we already know by now. It's the timing of the pick. It wasn't right.
Yeah, I had no problem with Jalen Hurts, but a second-round pick is too much for him.
Yeah. We let him ask 2 questions and answered none. He's gone again. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to answer because he's been proven wrong.
Multiple times.
It's sad. Don't time out for that. I don't even care if he's here, honestly. He doesn't know football. Like I said, guys, it was the one video. Like, he keeps commenting about Howie Roseman being a bad GM. But if Howie Roseman's a bad GM, what is the Redskins GM? Like, what game is the scariest for you guys? I'll let 4 for 4 answer that first. You guys let us know in the comments. What's the scariest game for the Eagles this year?
I think it has to be one of our 3 trap games that I see on our schedule. And obviously, week 16 could potentially be scary. But I think out of the scariest, I mean, you're obviously going to have a lot of competition with the Packers, the Saints, the Ravens. I don't know if I consider those scary, though. I just consider them being a very tough competitive football game. I think scary to me means, oh my God, like we really could lose to this team. Like just kind of how like we did it last year with the Dolphins. So I'm going to say one of our trap games where it could really be make or break for the season other than the Cowboys. And I'm going to say it's either the Browns, the Rams, or the Cardinals, because it could mean if we lose that game, it could really be scary for the rest of the season.
Yeah. That's actually interesting that you say it's one of the trap games. Yeah, like we said, the Eagles always have those few games where, I mean, they might lose a stinker like they shouldn't. For me, I'll just say one of the best overall teams. I'll still say the Saints. And that's given that everything kind of heals itself in New Orleans. But if not, then I'll have to go with the Seahawks just because they always have our number. This has to be the year where we take down Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll. Tom Brady doesn't have anything left in the tank. They have the famous chef Jameis Winston, who's going to keep throwing delicious apple turnovers.
They don't even have him anymore. He's on New Orleans.
He's on the Saints now. And I do agree, though. I think Brady's just going to just be average over the next couple of years. That's just what I see.
Too much money. $45 million for what? 2 years? That's nuts.
BPY, I just swam in a pool. What's going on, BPY? Wish I could say the same. Eagles for life, DM. What's going on, bro? What's going on? NFC East winner 2020. What's going on, Matt 21K? You already know what the deal is, man. Right on my shirt right here. Philadelphia Eagles, man. That's what I'm rocking with. What's the difference between a Rock and a Redskins fan? A Rock understands football more. I mean, you're not lying. What do you think the Eagles should do different to stay healthy? At the end of the day, there's not much you can do. It's kind of just in the luck of the cards. We got a new medical staff. We'll see how that goes. But overall, we just had some bad luck, man.
Oh, he's mad. You see his comment?
Yeah, is this another guy with two different? Is this the same guy with two different accounts? Or I don't know. Chip Kelly Healthy Shakes. Don't even say that name in here, man. That name is banned from all Philly Take with RB streams. Pray. Yeah, you're not lying, man. We have to pray.
Yeah.
My guy, Byshire Randall. What's going on, bro? Another upcoming Philly content creator. If you guys have not yet, go ahead and check him out. Definitely going to get him up on here one day. He does some good stuff, man. He's on the come up. Appreciate you for stopping by, my dude. Look at this guy. Look how upset he is. See, this is how I know this guy probably isn't even a football fan. Saw your CD to Dallas reaction. Yeah, man. Has some pretty good reactions. Overall, like 4 for 4 was saying, it was really just emotion, to be honest. It was just pure emotion going how we go through the draft. And I'm just that's what I am, man. All passion. Are you sure about that? Because the Eagles have a jail underneath their stadium and they're ranked with the worst. I mean, you just don't know football at this point. It's just sad. It's just sad.
Here's my thing on why people think we're the worst fans. People think we're the worst fans in football because they're jealous of how crazy we are. Redskins fans would pray to sell out the top section of their stadium, let alone the entire stadium. Those guys over in Washington, D.C., the fact that people actually buy season tickets for those games, it blows my mind because they suck. And you guys wish you were us. You guys wish you were half of what we bring to games. Yeah, come on, man. Nah, I'm done. I'm done with them.
I'm telling you, man, they don't like us because they ain't us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have the most loyal fans in the world. It's true. Come to Philly game, you'll see. But
I can go to watch and pick out every single person in that stadium. Not one of them, I guarantee you, has a Redskins tattoo. You go to Philly, every single Eagles fan, it feels like they have a tattoo. Like the diehard tailgate people that stay out there at 7 a.m. till the end of the game. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah. I doubt people even in Washington even like go to multiple games a year. Like, I doubt they even have like season tickets or anything. It's just sad.
And they're probably like $20 too. They probably give them away at this point.
Yeah, let him know, Kara. Let him know. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of taking him as a joke. I don't even think he's a football fan because he just said the Eagles have a jail under their stadium. Think about
They
that.
used to in the vet, but the vet ain't here no more.
Right.
We're at the Link. The Link's been here since 2004.
Right.
You're a little late. And I don't even know if the vet was true. Like, I think people just said that.
Would you rather have Zach Bond or Kenneth Murray? That's a good question, man. That's a really good question. I mean, I'd probably say Kenneth Murray just because I think his upside's a little bit higher, but Zach Bond was a solid pick. Let me tell you, Zach Bond was a solid pick. I wanted him in the second round. You guys can go watch that draft reaction, but it hurts.
Yeah, I like Kenneth Murray too.
Yeah, he's going to be a beast. I forget where he got drafted, though.
Yeah, so do I. I can't think of it. I've been trying to think of it.
I thought it was I think it was the Chargers. It was either the Chargers or Baltimore.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's all good, Kara. Should you guys sign Everson Griffin? At this point, I'm going to say no. I do not think. Just given his age, I think he's like 32. Getting up there, still a feasible option, but we just have a lot of depth, and I just don't know what you're going to have to pay a guy like him because of his numbers.
Yeah, I agree.
They're jealous because of how much we love our team and how our team loves us. Yeah, I mean, just listen to what guys say about playing in Philadelphia. There's no other team that really talks about their fans like Philly fans do. We bring the consistent energy every single night, man. It's true.
People want to come back and play for us. Like Deshaun Jackson left, got traded, got blindsided, and still came back to Philly because he wanted to win a Super Bowl with the Eagles.
It's crazy because the whole time he went to Washington just to get back at the Eagles because he knows the passion of our fans and he wanted to really make us feel some type of way because of you know who, but
it's crazy, man.
Camo, keep coming back. You've been so yeah. Shout out to Camo, objective Cowboys fan. I respect it. Watching Invincible. What's going on, Philly 559? Appreciate you for stopping by in the stream. What's going on, man? Thought we were going to stop a little while ago, but hey, we got 23 people in here, so let's keep it rocking, man. Let's keep it rocking as long as you guys keep bringing us energy. If you have not yet, like up the stream, subscribe to our channels. Always consistent content here. This is a good point. Superhero says, 29-2 at home for our basketball team, and our fans definitely played a part in that. Playing for Philly isn't like any other experience. It really is not. It really is not. Listen to what guys say.
And Superhero, get this. We were 45-7 between the two teams that play in Wells Fargo Center each day. 45-7. 7 losses. That's unheard of. Between two franchises? Nuts.
Crazy. DC can have only the Capitals and Nats who both won championships. Yeah. They don't even they don't worry about football.
Consistence to it. And it will never happen again. I guarantee you, Alex Ovechkin will go down with 1 ring, and that's it.
And the Nats aren't going to win anything.
Never.
Who do you hate more, Redskins or Cowboys? I'll just have to go Cowboys, just given my whole life. But I'll tell you, Redskins are making a serious case with guys like that. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, I've never met a Redskins fan. I've never met a loyal, I am a Washington Redskins fan. I've not. Actually, I think I knew one, but even he hated his team. So I just hate Cowboys. It's just in my blood, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the Cowboys. But the reason why we hate Cowboys is because they're actually relevant to our situation every year. The fight for that Super Bowl, the fight for a playoff spot, they're relevant. Yeah. When's the last time the Eagles and the Redskins were in the playoffs the same year? What? Come on, man.
Very irrelevant. Just like Superhero said. I hate Cowboys, but at least they're relevant and can argue for a reason. Yeah, absolutely agree. 100%. Cowboys fans are more delusional. Yeah, they can have their sense of delusionness as well. Can never count them out.
But we expect it from them. They actually have fans.
Yeah. Rock the Artist says, "What up, fellas? What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for tuning into the stream, for stopping by. Love as always, bro. Appreciate you. What if Philly took Jamal Adams from Dallas? That'd be crazy. Imagine a blockbuster midseason trade. Eagles start off 7-1 or something, or 6-2, and we're on a roll. And maybe a guy goes down, and Howie pulls off a trade for Jamal Adams. It would be nuts. It would be nuts.
We would throw a mini parade.
It'd be crazy. We don't want Adams if it's going to cost a first and a third.
It would be. I feel like Jerry Jones would pull the trigger on that, though. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, man.
That's screaming Jerry Jones trade. A first round and a third.
Yeah.
Screaming.
Rare Breed says, first time on your channel, liking what I'm hearing so far. Appreciate you, man. If you have not yet, like it up, subscribe. Appreciate you for tuning in. Means a lot, man. We're just trying to stay consistent and talk some good Philly sports, you know?
Definitely.
Smoking, drinking, B-Day week. Hey, someone else in here also has a B-Day week. Go ahead and let them know when it is, man. If we got any June babies in here, me and 4for4 are both June babies, so let us know. Anyone else here a June baby?
Yeah, I turned 19 in 4 days on Tuesday, so that's pretty dope. I see my friend in the comments section, my boy Blake. What's up, my guy? I'm actually heading out to a party after this, so I know exactly what he means. But yeah, I appreciate everybody, and you know.
Yes, sir. And then mine's coming up in like 15 days. So, hey, you guys already know what it is, man. The young Philly content creators going up.
On the rise.
We don't need Jamal too expensive. Yeah, I feel you, man. Would you guys want a division playoff bracket like the NFC North teams versus the NFC East? I mean, sometimes it works its way out like that anyway, but I don't care who we play. As long as we have a good matchup and we're ready to rock.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I'm down to play whoever. Just got to beat them. Who's ever easier at the time. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, the Flyers play some great hockey this year. When it starts back up, I'm going to try and get myself majorly invested in them because hockey feels like basketball played on a rink. Yeah, hockey can be pretty interesting if you get into it, you know?
Yeah, the Flyers this year, I mean, I see some of my friends coming into the chat now, my boy John, my boy Blake, and my boy Josh. I mean, you can just, like, they came to my house all the time during the season, and we were just really watching the Flyers. I mean, we watched the Brad Marchand slip up. You know, it was dope. But, yeah, those are my guys. They're always messing around, so.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? Appreciate you, man. Definitely hit that like and sub up if you guys are new to either channel.
Definitely.
I hate the Seahawks. We got to beat them. Yeah, to me, that is like the one game this year. If we can finally muster out the energy to take down Russell Wilson, take down Pete Carroll, I think it'll be a big time W for the Eagles, especially given our history. Like you said, they just always seem to take us down, but we got to beat them this year, man.
Yeah, that would be a huge – it was kind of like the Celtics and the Sixers. I mean, it's just like they always seem to have our number, and then last year we beat them once, and then we own them this year.
Yeah, for sure. Rare Breed says, liked and subbed. I'll talk any Philly sport talk all day. Hey, us too. That's what we do, man. We're on here talking Philly sports. Down to have a conversation with you anytime, man.
Definitely.
Had a Skins fan blast me in an Avante Maddox Twitch stream. OMG, he said I was salty and lonely. I mean, they come far and few in between, that's for sure. Given there's only a few of them.
Yeah, I mean.
6'11", Hey, I like it, man. I'm rocking with it. June babies are something else, man. We're special, man.
Yeah.
Justin Levine says, hello. What's going on, Justin Levine? Appreciate you for stopping by, my guy. Appreciate all the love as always, man. and I see you are a Jets fan. That's another story, but I want to say something sympathetic about that, actually. Too often guys hit on girls when not every interaction with a female has to be a romantic one, you know? You know what? I appreciate you, man. Superhero, you're always bringing some truth. Always some truth to the chat, man. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, you could just have a normal conversation. It doesn't have to be anything like that.
My brother's cousin and nephew, or no, my brother's cousin, my nephew, are the 27th. Hey, that's actually my birthday too, so shout out to them. 27th is going to go down, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're always turning up. Maybe I'll stream on my birthday. So
Yes, sir. We were born Eagles. Oh, for life, man. Like it's just bred into you. It's just bred into you, at least for me. Would you rather have Griffin or Clowney? Well, me, Jadeveon Clowney, no doubt about it. In terms
yeah,
of
same.
player, but how y'all doing? Hey, we're doing good, man. We're doing good. As always, trying to get through this last burst, you know what I'm saying? Get back to the sports, get back to the energy. I'm going to go nuts when the Sixers come back.
Yeah, definitely be sure to check out our channels then. We're about to go crazy.
Hot take mid-season Yannick trade. I like it, man. I like it. If you guys got some fire takes, go ahead and throw them in. But that'd be a big one. That'd be a blockbuster for sure. He would be cheaper. Eagles Super Bowl this year. I like it. I like that confidence, that optimism. Let's speak it into existence, boys.
Yeah.
By the way, the last time the Eagles Redskins met in the playoffs was 1990. Still searching for the last time both were in. For context, I wasn't even born in 1990. I wasn't either. And maybe the Redskins were relevant back then, but who knows?
Not in our lifetime. And I know for a fact not in his.
Is a good comment right here. Says we should be watching the Sixers winning the chip right about now. Let me hear it, man. Say it one time for the people in the back. Basketball's gonna be crazy, man.
Imagine if the Sixers come out, shock the world, and win the chip this year. I don't care if there's an asterisk or anything. Give me that chip. I'll take it any way possible.
Hey, man, see, catch me at the parade.
100%,
YouTube, man.
Oh, I'll definitely be there.
Griffin. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I don't think we beat the Seahawks, but I know we beat the Saints. Pretty bold prediction there, to be honest. I think both are going to be tough games. What is Philly's record prediction? We both talked about it earlier. We both kind of said, came to agreement around 11 wins, maybe one more, one less. Could come down to the last couple weeks of the season now. 10-6. Campbell Wolf says 10-6. I respect that coming from a Cowboys fan. I respect it. 14-2. Phillies or Eagles?
As in favorite team?
Yeah, I don't pick favorite teams. I love all mine, but
I love all mine.
Yeah.
If I had to rank them, though, it'd probably go Sixers, Eagles, Phillies, Flyers, just because that's like they all have a special place. But to me, in order of importance in my life, because I've always been a diehard Sixers fan, it's just been Sixers, Eagles, Phillies, Flyers. But they're all number one. Like, it's not even close.
Yeah. I don't even know what I would say because, like, earlier in my life, I feel like the Phillies were more important. But then it's hard to come into basketball than football. I don't know. Eagles or Sixers would probably be the top, like you said. But I can hear your Philly accent. Yeah, man. You already know. Eagles. Talking to Manny. How would you fit the $51 million that y'all are over the cap? I mean, wait. Are you talking about in terms of next year, like the cap issue we're going to have? Because we are going to have to do some restructuring, but I mean, I'm not going to doubt Howie with that. I think a couple of guys will get cut. Maybe a guy like Alshon save some money.
Yeah, if I'm trusting one Philly GM with this, it's definitely Howie with a situation that big.
Yeah. Adam Rank has the Eagles going 13-3 next year. What do you think about that? I see them going 10-6. Yeah, I'm probably going to go with 11 wins as of right now, but that's probably going to change again as the season gets closer, certain situations. But 13-3, if everyone's healthy and everything's firing on all cylinders, why not? Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a 13-3 season any day, but I agree with you, 11-5.
Eagles. How many wide receivers do you think the Birds are going to keep, and who? I think we're going to end up keeping probably 6. I would go Djax, Jalen Reagor, JJ Arthega-Whiteside, Greg Ward, and then and Marquise Goodwin, and then one of the 2 guys, either John Hightower or Quez Watkins. That'll be my 6. And whoever doesn't make it will go on practice squad in case of an injury. But, I mean, I'm also looking at our 2 tight ends. Like, I think they're going to play a vital role.
Yeah, I couldn't. That's spot on. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Let us know who you think we should keep. Nah, Saints aren't going to do well, man. I don't know. At the end of the day, they just have a lot of talent. And I got one of my friends on there who I knew from middle school and high school, like one of my guys, and he just got drafted first round by the Saints. And I just know they're gonna have a loaded roster. If the Sixers win the chip, I'll apologize for all the BB slander I've had over the course of his coaching career. I'm not gonna apologize, but hey, I'll hoist Brett up, man. I'll go to that parade. I'll find Brett and shake his hand personally.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't care who we win it with. I just want to be on Broad Street partying.
Dak or Wentz, stat-wise, I think it's very close, to be honest. It depends what you value in terms of ranking quarterbacks. Like, I feel like it's different for everybody, but I'll say it's almost even, to be honest, in terms of stat-wise.
Yeah. I mean, I guess throughout their career so far, Dak's career stat-wise has been better, but I'm still taking Wentz, no lie. It's just Carson.
Yeah. I mean, it comes down to a lot of factors like the system, the talent around them,
Yeah, because I still say, and we both say it, if we had Dallas's wide receiver core,
yeah,
winning 12 games every year.
Yeah. Howie Roseman will fix it. Howie's always done that. He's a wizard. He really is. Ever since he got brought back from that little office that Chip put him in.
Chip was a moron.
He's gonna go off now that Garrett is gone. We'll that'll remain to be seen, to be honest.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that throughout the season.
What player on the Eagles will have a breakout season? That's a good question. Let us know down below who you guys think. I'm gonna go with JJ Arthega-Whiteside. I'm telling you, I'm kind of big on this kid this year, stepping up, going from 10 catches. I think he's gonna have a big year. Count for some touchdowns, big time situations. A guy we need to step up.
Yeah, I got TJ Edwards, or I'll go with the defensive side. I'll stick with Josh Sweat.
That's a good one. I like it. Cut M. Marquise Goodwin, I like it. I know about Caesar. You didn't name drop again, man. Name drop. You were friends with Cesar Ruiz. Yeah, guys. So I'm just going to talk about it real quick. So Cesar Ruiz is actually my guy, man. Like, we go back to middle school. We were in the same classes and everything. Like, he's from my town. And I respect him a lot. I still talk to him, like, on Twitter and stuff, Instagram. That's my guy, man. It really is. And it's crazy because he went to high school right around me, and then he ended up going to IMG Academy, which is in Florida. It's a high school for student athletes that are just, like, exceptional. Got a full scholarship, went to Michigan, and became a first-round draft pick. But, yeah, me and him were close back in the day. We used to, play the games, everything, man. Crazy. Crazy to see him just 5 years later on that television getting drafted. And he goes to the Saints. I told him I might have to pop out to that game this year. I'm definitely copping his jersey, though.
Yeah, that's dope.
And he's such a good dude, too. Like, he's really going to help that locker room. Saints are divided, yeah. Lane Johnson's YouTube channel gonna blow up one day. Yeah, I mean he's been doing some good interviews with other people. I like his stuff so far. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, Lane, our offensive line just has a very good personality. Like, just everybody on the offensive line.
Am I the only one scared about the Darius Slay trade? It's giving me flashbacks to Namdi. I'm really not that scared. I'm telling you. I just have a feeling this one is different. I understand we've brought corners in here, overpaid, haven't lived up to expectations, but given, Marquand Manuel, given some of the other pieces we have on this D line, I don't know. I just think it's all going to come to fruition. And I just think Darius Slay is just a different beast. I think he's going to lock these wide receivers up.
Yeah, here's my take on it. And also, what's up, my guy? I'm glad you can make it to the stream. But I just see Darius Slay has been doing it for a long time. Like, when we got Namdi, he was on a very, very, very poor Raiders team. He was guarding a very like a mediocre kind of receiving guy, like guys down in the AFC West or whatever it is. I don't know. I just see Darius Slay has to guard like Devontae Adams every year. He guarded Alshon before, just a bunch of different guys, and he's locked up Amari Cooper twice. So I'm not too worried about the Darius Slay trade.
I like him a lot. RB, you knew Cesar Ruiz. Yeah, that was my guy, man. Still my guy. Cesar went to my favorite college, Michigan. Yeah, he became a beast at Michigan. Well, he was really always a beast. I mean, this guy was like 280 in like 7th grade, but talked to him on draft day and everything. Yeah. Fresno Cat just got drafted to the Bears. Lane Johnson has a YouTube channel. You think Kelsey would cash in on his parade speech to be a public figure speaker or something? I really do. I'm excited to see what's left for the Kelsey brothers upon retirement. I like them. And yeah, Lane has a YouTube channel. He's been interviewing like D-Jax, a couple others. I put it up on my channel. It's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I don't think Kelsey's too into the social media game as much as Lane Johnson is. Like, you see Lane Johnson on Twitter all the time, Instagram. Jason Kelsey's kind of a low-key guy.
Yeah. Will you guys be friends with me since I'm a Cowboy fan? I mean, so far you've been very objective in your viewpoints. Like I say, guys, I don't care who you are, where you're from, who you like. Overall, if you just bring objectivity and can just talk sports and be not delusional, you can consider me a friend, man.
Yeah, I mean, we can always talk any sports. Again, like I always say, you guys want to talk Cowboys Eagles? Come talk out Cowboys Eagles. That's one of the biggest topics on my channel.
Yeah. Like, even at the end of the day, even if you're a Cowboys fan, that's what makes it special, that rivalry. It's just the delusional people that
like, don't be Skins fan for life. Don't be that guy.
Right. Well said. Nah, Lane has it. He's got interviews with a bunch of people. Super fun. Yeah, it's great content. We could be friends every day except Sunday where we're playing the Cowgirls. It's on those Sundays. It's all, man. Hey, you guys aren't ready to see what is coming this year. I haven't done an Eagles season. Man, when rivalry week comes, you guys are going to see a different side of RB. Like, I'm going nuts.
I was at the very beginning stages. I had the blurriest camera you could possibly own. You guys can see me now, so and I'm more comfortable. Got a great group of subscribers. It's going to be very different this year for all sports.
Yep. Breakout. Sanders 1,200 yards and Barnett 6 to 8 sacks. I like it, man. I like it. Respect to you.
Yeah, facts. That's a good comment from a Cowboys fan.
See, just be normal. Hot take. Kayvon Wallace will be an all-rookie on defense this year. I like that. I'm speaking that one into existence. I see Kayvon being that guy for the Eagles. I'm telling you. People think he might not necessarily be ready yet. He's going to be ready. I'm just telling you. I could see it. You know how you can see a player earlier in their career? Like, I already see it. It's crazy.
Yeah, you don't become a 4-year starter at Clemson and do things that only Isaiah Simmons did if you're not ready for the NFL.
Right. Have y'all seen that Michael Blackson getting G on D-Jax? I think I know what you're talking about. I think I do.
Michael Blackson's a character. He's always at the Sixers games in those weird robes and stuff.
Yeah. Yo, did I tell you that he answered me back when I wished him luck, RB? Yeah, that's just a perfect example. That's the kind of guy he really is. And I can tell you that from personal experience. Like, he's a good dude. He really is. I wish him the best. He's going to be a solid starter. He's not a guy that's like really flashy being an offensive lineman, but he's going to be good. He's going to be rock solid. I started screaming with joy when Caesar got drafted because he played at Michigan. Yeah, I was screaming with joy too because I was just happy for him. I mean, they had him mocked to like the Dolphins and everything, and I was like, dang, man, like I don't want to see him go there, but he goes to, I mean, really one of the best situations possible. I felt special. Yeah, he's dope. I would keep 6 D-Jack, Ward, Goodwin, Rager, Whiteside, and Hightower. But as soon as Goodwin or Whiteside don't play at par, I bring Watkins in from practice squad. Think all 3 rookies are going to be on the team. That's a good comment there. I like your point about not playing up to par. Like, there's going to be a lot of competition in the locker room, especially leading up to the season. Like, I really can't say this guy is set in stone here or that guy is set in stone there. Like, D-Jax, yeah, I can say that. Jalen Rager, yeah, he's going to be on the field getting snaps. But after that, it gets tricky. It really does. And like you were saying, guys are going to be up and down. Who knows?
Yeah, good comment, man.
Appreciate everyone that's still in here. We're 2.5 hours in. Still got 20 people in here. Guys, you guys are bringing all the energy. Love it. I hope we keep the running back from UCF even as a special teams player. Yeah, please. I really want to keep this kid and see what he can do in game action. Undersized, sure, but quick as lightning. Just go ahead and watch that tape. I think he'll be on a special teams. I do. Natural Born Thriller says John Hightower is catching 35 to 40 passes this year. That's a pretty bold take right there. Pretty bold take for a guy drafted where he was. But hey, if someone wants to step up, why not him? You know, that's our mentality here in Philly. Next man up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you nailed that right on the head.
There's an interview on Chris Long's YouTube with Kelsey doing Kilimanjaro with him. And he's just not super talkative. He's stoic. Yeah, that's just the type of dude Kelsey is. But to me, at least me, he's going to be a Philly legend for life. Just given what he's gone through, the speech, everything. Like, he's just one of them guys that we'll talk about one day. Never really the best player on the Eagles, but just rock solid. And I don't think he gets enough credit as he deserves among centers in the league, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Jason Kelsey, Eagles fans are going to remember that speech for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. Would CD be better in Dallas or Philly? I don't know. That's hard to say. It depends on the system.
It's too early
to be all right in both, to be honest.
I mean, CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs, and Judy, they'd be good in any system, any team that they played with. It doesn't matter. It's going to be if they can do it like they did in college.
Yeah. Camo says, peace. Appreciate you, man, for stopping by. Thank you for being objective as always. Catch you on the next one. Bro, Kayvon Wallace will be a leader in the future like Malcolm Jenkins. I like it. I telling you, if there's anyone, it's Kayvon. Like, that name just has a Philly ring to it for me. Kayvon Wallace. Just a guy. I feel like I'm gonna end up copping his jersey soon. That's what my next step is. Cop a bunch of jerseys. And he's definitely gonna be up there.
Yeah. That tattoo's dope.
Yeah. Kayvon might be a once-in-a-lifetime player, yeah. I mean, he could be a generational talent. I think he's going to come out and deliver some hard hits. Philly 559, 11 wins. I like it. I'm feeling you. Collab, it's TRNJ, but a different name. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you for stopping by. I could see us keeping all 7 wide receivers. It's possible, but like I said, I just feel like we have a lot of components like Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz. I think there's a lot of weapons, you know? Carson for MVP. He's gonna have a chip on his shoulder because of his injury issue, but I think he doesn't have one. Are you saying he doesn't have an injury issue? Yeah. I mean, like I said, last season goes undervalued, playing a whole 16, but I could see him definitely in the MVP race. I could.
I think wherever he finishes, I do think he finishes above Dak Prescott in that race.
Yeah. I just think given all the circumstances and everything, like, why not this year,
Yeah.
I say J-Jaw gets 25 to 40 catches somewhere around there. I could see that happening. I could. I got high hopes for the kid.
I hope. I mean, second round pick. I feel like he has potential, and I can definitely see it in the way he plays. He's just got to put it together. He's got to put the pieces together, and we got to give him some time.
Yeah.
I think we were a little unfair with him last year, and I can say that from being unfair to him. Just saying, like, oh, like, is he really good? Is he worth a second? Maybe he's not worth a second, but if he could be a solid player, that's all I'm really asking for.
He's really what the Eagles want him to – they want him to develop in the Alshon's kind of role, really.
He has the height. He has the skill. Like, I feel like he just needs to put it all together. His height, his size. If he can just catch the ball, he'd be perfect.
Yeah. What's going on, Philly Talk Podcast? Philly Mike, what's going on, my guy? We've been on here for 2.5 hours talking Eagles sports. People have been bringing the energy all night. You know how it goes, man. But it's been a lot of fun. What's going on, my guy?
What is up, my guy?
How much longer will you guys be streaming? I mean, given this streaming thing, like we said we were going to get off like an hour ago, and
literally an hour ago.
It just keeps on going, man. Like, probably be on here for a few more minutes, but this has been fun so far, man.
Definitely. And I stream every Sunday, so if you guys want to come out to my stream, I am buying the same software that RB has, so we will probably be doing some collab streams. I'll maybe bring some other guys on starting probably next week or the other week. So,
yeah, man. We're going to be talking Eagles, a lot of Sixers coming up. We got some cool ideas in mind. What jerseys you got in mind, top 3? That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean,
I think number 1 for me is going to have to be Big Play Slay. Like, I'm just feeling it.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
And number 2, I think I'm going to go Kevon Wallace. I just really want that jersey. And if I pick someone from the offensive side of the ball, I mean, I still don't have a Miles Sanders jersey, so I might go that route, but that's what I'll go with.
Yeah, I'd definitely go Slay, definitely go Wallace, and I'd probably go Graham. Or if I had to choose an offensive guy, I'd probably either go Lane or Kelsey.
Yeah, I like it. It was hard because I had our dudes, RB 444 Philly Fan, but Philly Talking had all the awesome podcasts too, so I attended both. Shout out to him, man. That's my guy. We're going to get him on here soon as well. Darius, Kayvon, and Cravon. Interesting.
It's a different one.
Interesting.
LeBlanc's a solid player.
Yeah.
There's just so many DBs at this point in time that he's really going to have to prove, he can handle it.
Yeah. At this point, guys, we are at 2 hours, 34 minutes. If you guys have any last questions or thoughts, as we always do, or if you have any final hot takes, go ahead and comment them down in the comment section. We'll reply to a few more. And other than that, we'll probably hop off here in a few minutes. But anything you got final 444 that you want to say? Anything overall? Wish my guy happy birthday, by the way. Coming up in a few days.
Yeah, I mean, 19, it's pretty dope. But I'm thankful, to really have the great fans that we have, that we share together, especially on the streams and stuff like that. Like, I really do appreciate every single one of yous that comment under my videos, that comment under RB's. I see you guys all there in mine and his. The streams are dope. I love doing it. As soon as RB asks the question, you want to stream? 100% yes. Love interacting with you guys. I could have never imagined being at 500 subscribers and doing it, maybe like 6 months. It's dope. I really do appreciate that. And, thank you guys a lot.
Yes, sir. Well said. Well said. And just to echo off that, like he was saying, he's on the road to 1K. I'm on the road to 2K. We're just grinding. Like, we've made a lot of progress, especially during this time. It's because of you guys. Like, you guys are always showing up, supporting, showing love, and it's great, man. And we're just going to continue to grow. When the Sixers come back on and the Eagles season comes back on, it's going to get even better, guys. A lot to come, a lot of cool features with this software, everything else. It's going to be crazy. And just the fact that you guys are in here for a couple hours just rocking it with us, that means a lot, guys. It means a lot more than you know. Like, I don't know how 4 for 4 feels about this, but like, especially during this time, like sometimes it just gets hard to like motivate yourself to go through the whole process of uploading content. So the fact that you guys show us love and make us feel like what we're doing is actually doing something, like it's great, man.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are literally in here for an entire sporting event. Like, this is how long basketball, hockey games last. And you guys are still rocking with us. Like, that's dope.
Yes, sir. Let's get to some of these final comments. I can't guarantee I'll be active in the Sixers stuff, but I'll be there. Shout out to you, Kara. Always holding it down. Bro, wasn't here because I was streaming with the Philly Talk Nation crew. Hey, that's what's up, man. I'm definitely going to check it out. I usually do these Friday streams, but that's cool, man. Let me know if you want to get back up on here soon. Definitely set something up. Jefferson or Rhaegar? I think Rhaegar has more upside, but Jefferson is more the sure hands type of guy. Like, Jefferson will produce this year, but will Rhaegar have that upside early on? Yet to be seen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Carrot, I'll definitely help you catch up on things. Yeah. Superhero brings great insight.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Is Mike McCarthy a good football coach? At this point in his career, he's an average to me.
Yeah, he's solid. But, teams will always give him a shot because of the title Super Bowl winning head coach. It's just that simple.
Superhero, that dude for sure. Start at 7:30. I was bummed. Then I saw it was RB. Shout out to you, Barn. Been in here the whole time. Shout out to you. Could you guys shout out my YouTube channel? It's King Montoto. Hey, go ahead and sub him up, man. King Montoto. Shout out to you. I know you say you're a Cowboys fan, but you've been real, man. You've been in here the whole time, almost 2 hours, 40 minutes. Shout out to you.
Yeah, go sub him up.
Shout out to my guy Philly Mike, Philly Talk Podcast. First super chat of the night, actually. It's crazy, man. Been on here for a while, but appreciate the super chat. Shout out to you, man. We definitely got to talk very soon. Get back up on here, bro. You already know the deal. We could talk some Sixers too. I know you're trying to get back into that a little bit. Waiting for your Sixers video to drop, bro. Arby keeps telling me to catch up on it, but I have a lot of other things I mod for 4 other streams on top of these guys' streams, so it's hard for me to sit down. Yeah. Hey, definitely get in tune with the Sixers. A lot of lit content coming.
Yeah, Sixers it's like bread and butter to me.
Like tonight, I was jumping between 4 streams. Yeah, always holding it down. Yeah, she's the YouTube super mod. She's just in every chat. Like, Kara will be there.
She's always keeping the comments safe and always blocking them spammers.
Yeah. I was bummed because I thought there were 2 different streams. Nah, man. Me and 4 for 4, we going on at the same time, man. This is my guy.
Yup.
Philly 559. Appreciate you, man. Been in here. Shout out to you, bro. Brotherly love. Couldn't have said it better. Get this guy out of here. Too late to the party, man. We had some delusional fans in here tonight. You missed the party. Found his page from Philly Talk Podcast. Shout out to Philly Mike. Hey, shout out to him right here. I'll definitely be here for your next post. Shout out to you. Appreciate you coming in, bringing some great comments and everything. Shout out to you. You actually said the last part right. Thanks, man, to both of you. Thanks for being non-hater Philly fans. Yeah, man. Keeping it real all the time. You already know how it goes, man. I'll definitely look forward to seeing you here in the next stream, man.
Definitely.
You have a great night. Stephen Joyce says, "What's up, man? You came a little late to the party, but Stephen Joyce all the way from Minnesota, man. Shout out to him. Appreciate him. Always been a real subscriber. We got 10 people in here. Guys, on the way out, if you can, just hit that like button. Subscribe to both of our channels. We'll both be uploading in the next couple of days. We'll be back probably next week for a stream. Happy birthday to my guy 4 for 4 in advance. You guys already know what's coming up, man. But with that being said, 2 hours and 40 minutes, we're going to go ahead and hop back on out of here. Appreciate you guys that have been here for a majority of the night. Like always, man, I go by RB from Philly Take with RB.
4 for 4 Philly fan. Come check out the channel.
And we'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
Peace.